It's episode 11 of On the Rocks. If y'all hear me go in and out, it ain't the burger, it's the voice. It is a problem. I got sick last week, and then we had a football game, basketball tournament. We number 6 in the country. Lost to number 2 in the country. You know what I'm saying? We coming though. We coming.
And what age group?
Moral victories. 9. So Marcellus, I know doing too much. Marcellus Wiley, that dude, your boy. What's up?
What's up, man? Happy to be back, man. Donald Penn, man, here. And happy to be back with the fellas.
Damn, where'd you go on vacation? This month, you come back Bermuda acting.
Nah, man, I got me a little,
You got a little tan on.
Yeah, I was out there in Mexico.
Huh? Oh, you were out in Mexico?
Yeah, had a good little time.
Beach whale looking at
Had a good little time.
Nice. Wow.
Mammal on the loose.
Can you understand? This guy says he's never been on a vacation.
I didn't say never been on a vacation. I said I don't take vacations now. There's a difference.
We're going to have to get into that.
I took a vacation and found out there's nothing on the end of that. You know what I'm saying? Except coming back real just relaxed and mellow and tan. Like that ain't enough.
Oh, he on the grind.
Already.
Who that is? Who on that grind?
But Hatch is in the building today. Let's go, fellas. Let's get into it. Let's talk about this basketball stuff too.
We got
Richie P.
What you want? A
Straight
drum
out
roll,
of Chicago.
I was waiting for the band to play.
Hey, what are you doing? What do you want? What do you want? You want the lights on? Center stage.
Can I give a quick shout?
Yo, do you?
Congratulations to Michael Bearden, good friend of mine's son, extended family, nephew. Was
he your friend, nephew, and son?
No, his parents are my friends.
Oh, okay.
He was an assistant at. He went into Northwestern's coaching program.
Okay.
Got a job at UCLA, moved to Notre Dame, and now he just got picked up by the Cleveland Browns.
There we go.
So he's in the pro.
There you go.
So,
boy, he know how to pick them, don't he? Northwestern, UCLA, Cleveland. Boy, he gonna keep moving. That job ain't gonna never end.
We back for another one about just New York City's finest, the young OG. Here to cook Hatch. Teach him some things today.
Wow.
Let's go.
Let's find out then.
What up, what up?
I ain't running from nobody. You feel me?
What up, Terry Jingles? Super duper happy Laker fan, and I'm glad to be back.
Hell yeah.
Was in Mexico for a few days, so had to get a little
What they had a
darker.
buddy pass going on? What's up? Southwest got a.
Hey, y'all ain't giving him shit like y'all giving me shit for going to Mexico.
I mean, damn. Free for 99.
Eugene K, just glad to be back again.
Okay.
We'll call him UGK for now on.
Yeah. All right.
UGK.
Good. That's dope. That is good.
I like that one.
UGK. I see. I said.
I got you.
All right, all them Laker fans in here. We're gonna start with y'all in a way with the All-Star game. It seemed like everything in this world is just about good, bad, and ugly. Like every response. Kendrick's halftime show. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Yes.
Some people think it's the worst thing ever. Right? All-Star game happened. I'm talking to you Laker fans especially because I was expecting to see, 21-time All-Star LeBron James out there. He obviously didn't headline it. Steph Curry stole the show.
You know why. Stop
But
playing.
I want to know why and where do we put this All-Star game? They trying to reshuffle the deck. I don't know if it worked based on response. It's all over the place. What do we think about it?
I mean, I don't want to be a Laker hater.
But you will be.
But I will be.
Now. It's coming.
Oh, the LA Fakers, right? We know who they are.
Hey, watch. Come on.
He coming in hotter than me, and I'm a Clipper fan.
It's like, come on, man. You're in the middle of a little. We can't do that.
Show some respect.
The All-Star game starts with the biggest name, right? LeBron. And for him to shut it down like he's always been shutting it down, it just gives a bad feel on what am I really watching? I'm not watching the best guys. Yeah. So it's like if he ain't playing, then everybody else who's playing is like, well, I'm not even gonna play hard because the number one dude ain't even playing. I'm doing more than him just by being there. Yeah. I just think it sends another bad taste to everybody's mouth regarding this NBA. Do the guys play hard? Are they serious about the game? And they only play hard when it comes to the finals, and it kind of just starts to ring true from the All-Star game yesterday.
So I agree with part of what you said, but then
well,
part of it was
should.
wrong too. So I think that we can't put it on him not playing, although I thought that was how he did that was shady. But him not playing on this one is not what made it bad. It's been bad for years.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put that fault on LeBron.
Right, I agree.
Part him too, though. He
But
been in
I
that
believe
years.
it got bad because of him.
On his watch.
Right, it starts
Because
going down.
once Kobe was out the picture, that's where it started because he became like the face of like the All-Star and everything. Because you always remember. I don't know if y'all remember that year where he was in the All-Star game and Kobe was like challenging him,
and
calling
Kobe
him
shut him
out,
down,
blocking his shot.
Because Kobe plays hard every play.
Right. So I feel like that was the end of it. Like once Kobe left, that intensity changed, and then from there the All-Star game has just gone down. I just don't think at this point there's any way of getting it back. Like it is what it is, kind of like the Pro Bowl.
Well, you ain't gonna get any. To me, it's funny it happened in basketball, but no sport does somebody want to do it voluntarily. Like I'm not raising my hand once I'm a professional and I get paid to do this. Like, look, one day you in college and somebody come over here, man, and help me do this. Okay, and then you all of a sudden have a business that does just that. And then he said, come over here and help me do that. You're like, I get paid to do that, bruh.
How much
and
you
that's
paying
what
me?
To me, football was first because we don't want to get hit. And then we were like, shoot, I ain't going to hit nobody on purpose just for free or for cheap. And then basketball was like, you know how much I get paid a night? And then this is a night for y'all, not for me. And y'all only giving me, what, $25K or something to get in there?
And LeBron's the oldest. I mean, he's one of the oldest guys in the league. Like he needs this time off. Like you said, like the age I'm at right now. Some things I'm not doing no more. Somebody call me and help him move. I'm finding every excuse in the book.
Yeah.
I'm not helping him move no more. LeBron, like, man, I'm
If
not
they're
about to play
paying
this
you
game.
$50 million a year, you ain't gonna help
For the All-Star game?
It's in his contract. He's part of the
I was about to say
NBA.
that.
Like that's his role.
He's
Is
LeBron. He
to
can
I like
do
that.
Right. I was going to say the same
That's
thing.
why. At
this
The
point,
misconception
he
is
earned
what you
that.
just said, that they're doing it for free. They're actually contractually obligated to do that, to play. If you get selected, you're supposed to play.
Oh, yeah.
They getting
But that
paid
bonus-
for it.
come up
No,
with
that
a
bonus-
reason
But
not
they also
to.
supposed to
That
play
bonus-
82 games. Do they do that?
Yeah, and that bonus
Well,
is not
nowadays they
Yeah,
don't,
they
but they
don't-
used to.
But that
I mean,
bonus is
some
not
did.
that bonus is not enough incentive.
Yeah, it ain't
That little
enough,
bonus
dog.
is
What
not enough.
what happened to the pride of the sport, the love of the game, and for the
Man,
fan
y'all
base?
stop. The love of the game stop when you get
Like you
drafted.
said, you made the great point.
No,
it stopped
no,
when Kobe
not
stopped
for the
bringing the
not for the real
competition
ones.
because these guys aren't bringing the same competition that Kobe brought. And it stopped then, and I agree with you wholeheartedly that it stopped when Kobe was bringing that competition because LeBron's not bringing that same intensity. He died that down, and like I said, I don't think it's ever going to be the same because it's not guys in the league aren't bringing. Well, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Wembley was playing kind of hard.
What do you mean kind
He
of
was.
hard?
He was
going in.
Because
he
he's
was
young.
going hard.
Because he's young.
Yeah, he was going hard.
Yeah.
So
Because
he's young.
And that's how
it might
he
have
does
a
things.
chance.
Because he's young.
But,
And they get,
but LeBron didn't even put the uniform on.
That part.
that's what I'm saying. You just come out.
I didn't know it until the walkout. To the announcement.
I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
But even a dude who had AIDS put the uniform on.
HIV.
Oh,
HIV.
Oh, God. No, yeah, HIV.
HIV.
I'm just saying he put the uniform on. We can't. That's
That's the homie. That's the homie. But
Yeah, but
I love that. Man.
it's true. I mean, he did do it. The dude, yeah, Magic Johnson.
I didn't say his name.
He wrote my
I didn't
foreword
say
in my
his
book. Damn it, give him some love. But what'd you say?
And then you also think back years ago before it became a clown show. And there was a line of demarcation, right? Think about this, that one All-Star game when Derrick Rose got named. I think it was his first All-Star game. He was sitting there before the dreads and all that. Prime Derrick Rose. All the Banana Boat boys were standing next to him. And they start jumping around, dancing and clowning. And Derrick Rose is looking at them like,
Oh, I remember that.
man, are you crazy with this crazy stuff? I'm here to hoop. And that was LeBron and all of those cats, and that's when it
Are
started.
y'all giving them cookies, or y'all really salute when somebody goes to the All-Star game and shows up? Because it almost feels to me, and this is a stretch, like in warm-ups, I see cats go hard, and I'm like, dog, like this don't count. So just like when I see somebody go really hard in All-Star, I'm like, oh, good for you, but not bad on me. I look at it like, I give you some props, good for you, but don't look down on me because I'm like, I'm packing this in right now. You already know I'm one of the best in the world, so don't try and come at me sideways.
At some point, pride's got to take over. Like when Kobe said that it's supposed to be the greatest pickup game, like of all, that you can see. That's what it is.
That's
and,
good.
and I think a great idea was to have the USA versus the world, because that way it's a sense of pride. And like when you watch the game this past weekend, the first half when they was playing like the young All Stars versus them and that whatever, those games were somewhat somewhat competitive.
They were.
And then when they started the championship game, that it went back to the same old BS.
The beginning of the championship game was the worst.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it was entertaining because Steph shooting half-court threes, it got a little more flashier.
Yeah.
But it became a little bit more BS and like a circus show, like you said. So it's got to be a sense of pride in this thing, man. You know.
The great ones have pride.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like that, again, we're giving LeBron another pass because 21 years. Jerry Rice in the Pro Bowl, what'd he do? T.O. in the Pro Bowl, what'd he do? Right? Sean Taylor in the Pro Bowl, what'd he do? Like, those guys had pride for what they did, and that's a physical sport. Basketball, you can't just come out here and shoot 3 jumpers and go to the bench. Like, what are we talking about?
And why is it that NBA players can go hard at UCLA at Rico's camps and tournaments, play hard at Drew, but not play hard in the All-Star game?
I think it's because it's a middle finger to what they resent. So what they resent is, I got to play 82 to get my money. That's fine. I don't want to play 82. I'm not going to play 82. So there, I'm going to pick my spots. Once you get into the mindset of picking your spots, you obviously going to pick the all-stars. Like, that's low-hanging fruit. So you got to think the whole mindset of today's NBA, and I even say yesterday's NBA. Yesterday's NBA, I don't like to say that they had more pride. They just had less options. They had to force it because they were on tape delay. Then all of a sudden they get their mark, and then they're like, dog, we are starting to do something, be something. So then they all in. But that's like your grandpa talking about he walked uphill both ways. Like, you ain't had no choice, Daddy. Granddaddy, I get it. But now we got the option. Guys are making $60-some million a year. You want to go out there and tweak your knee so you can show some pride?
No,
to me silly.
That's a bigger reason to play, though.
Right.
Again, the Kobe's and the Jordans of the world, like, they thought this was the platform to show the best of the best that I'm the alpha.
Yeah.
And they're not taking this up because, again, they're hanging out in the offseason. They want to go hang out and do the club. That's their main focus, which is fine.
But that was the last generation, too. Magic and Isaiah were kissed before the game.
But
they was dogs
during
on the court.
the game, it was competitive.
Jordan hung out with everybody. How everybody know all his
Jordan did
stories.
not hang out.
But on the
Jordan
court,
did not hang out.
But they showed up on the court, though.
And they don't show up on the court now?
No,
You
they
talking about All-Star
don't.
game? No.
Oh, All-Star.
We talking about All-Star.
I'm talking about they don't show up on the court. That's what
You
I
said
disagree.
that generation, Mike and Kobe,
Kobe, yes.
all of them would go to All-Star game and play hard. First of all, they played hard the third.
I
end.
agree.
They didn't play hard in the first half. Don't do that.
Right, you're not
I
supposed
agree.
to.
Oh, now you get
But you got to give
half and
something.
half
You don't got to
ball.
do it all 48 minutes because nobody expects you to play hard all 48 minutes for an All-Star game.
Who are you to say
But they-
how much I'm supposed to play and how hard
I'm
I
just
got to
Tell
play?
them who
as a
you
fan-
are.
as a
That
fan-
was your chance to
as
tell
a
them who you
fan-
are. That was your chance.
As a fan, the person who's paying for the product, you have all the right to have an opinion on that because I want to see you at least perform. I'm not expecting you to go out there. You're not playing for a championship.
So every time you show up to
gotta
the
do
park,
something.
you perform.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the park, of
Every time you
course.
show up to the park,
Yeah.
you perform.
So you the rapper.
Showtime, baby.
For no money.
It's showtime.
He the
I did it
rapper
for
that
free.
walk
No
around.
money.
I did it for free.
I did it
Somebody
for
walk up
free.
to you, bust. If you're a rapper, everywhere you go, somebody say, yo, bust one.
No, but on that stage, you're supposed to perform. That's what you're there for.
That's the stage.
You're not there for that. You're
Then don't come.
No. You're getting it twisted. So this is what they resent. Y'all celebrating me, right? And then y'all trying to force me to do something I didn't raise my hand to do.
Yes, you did when you signed the contract.
No, you did not, because you also said I don't have to play every game.
Then don't come. If you don't want to be a part of
celebrate
if
it.
you don't want to be a part of the All-Star game, you don't have to show up.
Who
don't
has
have to
more
come.
power in this
I'm gonna be
conversation?
real with you. If I was Bron, I wouldn't show up. I would have been
could've
somewhere
stayed home.
on the beach.
But that gives
That's only
somebody
for the
else a
roster
better opportunity to come play
Right.
and showcase their talent and
Instead of
maybe
doing
help.
it last
It's better to see LeBron in street clothes than just see.
No, it
I-
wasn't. That was a
I
bad
don't.
look.
To
That was
you,
a bad look for him.
I don't
The
want to see
16
LeBron in
Get
those street
annihilated
clothes.
the whole weekend. That was a bad
What
look
is
for him.
annihilated? Somebody talking trash? They talk trash about him no matter what
You
he
gotta
does.
understand how much
but
the
he,
NBA.
he has
You
4
said it
rings.
was
They talk
better for him
trash.
to be there in
Because,
street
but you gotta
clothes.
understand
It
how much
wasn't.
money the NBA made with him doing appearances leading up to that and all
that
that other
again?
stuff. You gotta know how much the NBA made with him doing
Thank you,
appearances
LeBron on
and
the
everything
bench.
else leading all up to.
The NBA was
16
gonna
All-Star.
They was gonna make the same money either way.
Y'all want the 16
Nah,
showed
All-Star?
up
He's
an hour
gonna bring
before
more
the
people,
game.
but you don't know what he did leading up. They got
give
events and stuff that they
give
got.
that
I mean,
spot to a kid who's never been to an All-Star game,
feel
who
you on that,
deserved
too.
it, who
He should've said it
averaged
earlier.
21.
He should have said it earlier.
He should have
Yes,
said it.
That was
earlier.
tactic.
But-
That was selfish.
Good. Everything selfish and selfless has one thing in common. Self.
But
Let's
see,
stop
one
playing.
thing-
Let's
we're
stop
all
playing. We all
selfish.
But
selfish.
see, one thing about the Pro Bowl
would've
is
did that, though.
I'd have been at the Pro Bowl where a guy tweaked his ankle on Wednesday. They had the guy in there Thursday
Yes,
Right.
we're going to
to play.
replace him.
To play. But I
So
understand if
you
he
guys
told him-
universally thought LeBron should have tapped out and not even showed up?
No, I think he should have showed up. But one of two things: either if you show up put the jersey and stuff on for the pitches, sit on the side like Giannis did, and give your spot to somebody else. Like the way he did it, he knew he wasn't playing. So that was shady. It was like, nah, I want the attention. I don't want to give my spot up.
Oh,
I want this about me. And
that's a shocker.
You still gonna
If
get
the
the same
king
love.
can't do king things, who can do the king thing?
That wasn't a king thing.
That wasn't a king
That was
thing.
that was a pawn
that was-
thing.
How?
That was
'Cause that was
LA.
a pawn
In the
move.
game, did y'all stop me?
It looked insecure to me.
Oh, y'all.
It looked
hate
insecure.
LeBron, and I don't.
It looked insecure to me because it's like you worried about somebody.
I'm
you
not-
too
yeah.
worried about somebody taking your spot. You the king. What you worried about that
What
for?
you worried about
Nah,
that?
it's fine.
What
That
you worried
All Star
about
would
that
have still
for?
been his and been in the record books no matter what if he played or not. So I don't think he was worried about him losing, his spot.
I think y'all don't like LeBron, and then this is just more ammo for not liking
I got a hot take for that though.
LeBron. I'm listening.
I think he didn't play because Bronny wasn't in that Rising Star game. That's what I think.
So
And
Did
it was
it-
like a middle. No, that's my point. So like,
Once
he's
again,
the
the
most
middle
talk-
finger. I told y'all they got
he's
the
the
middle
most
fingers.
talked about young player right now in the league. We could talk about all the rookies, but nobody's being talked about more than Bronny.
True.
And I feel like,
is it for the
LeBron
right
feels
reason?
Do they have G
Not
League?
for the right
Do they have
reason.
G
Then it
League
don't
players in
matter.
that game?
Yep.
But he's in the league.
Yeah, they did. No, Matt McClung is a G League two-way,
But he-
and they had the G League players that were in the first game. That got on Team Candace. It was a bunch of G
Okay,
Leaguers.
okay.
But he's not solely a G League player. He has a.
He's a two-way,
he's
too.
He's on
a
the
two-way
Laker
guy, too.
roster. He
Just like-
plays.
yeah, just
Okay.
like-
Yeah.
So I feel like him being the most talked about rookie, honestly, I feel like LeBron felt like he was supposed to be in that game, and when he didn't want to, they didn't put him in the Rising Star game. He was like, all right, well,
All right, let me
I'll
quote
give that
this.
to you.
Let me give it to you like this. This is how I think of LeBron, and this is why I love athletics. Even at a young level, like I was telling y'all, we had the tournament, and I'm proud of being ranked. I'm the parent that wants my kids to be the best and compete. Like when you don't want to compete as a parent or as a kid, I'm off on you because you're not gonna like how I talk to the kids. I hold them accountable. You gotta hustle. You gotta work. So I look at LeBron like I look at Floyd Mayweather. Max Kellerman and I had this conversation one time. Because when I first met Floyd, he was pretty boy. He was really chill. Then he flipped it. And then we were talking about how the flip worked, how the world reacted. And then the craziest thing is people started to love him more and love to hate him more, right? And I'm like, why do people hate this dude? He's wearing his sunglasses inside, his 50 chains, his harem, and all. Like, he's just doing the most, right? And then we both came to the conclusion, like, dog, if the undefeated champion of the world can't act a donkey, who in the hell can? Because it seems like a lot of people raise their hand to be that guy. LeBron has the flex, the power, the resume where he could be that guy. Why we don't give him the respect that he deserves, including I don't want to play in the All-Star game when I'm 40 years old. How is that a slap in the face to anybody? That should be salute. You the king.
You just said you want your kids to compete because it's a good lesson.
Yes.
Why don't you not hold that same for LeBron?
Because if my kids were in,
LeBron's shoes.
let's say my kids they're ranked in the country,
Yeah.
and then we got to go to some local little all-comers.
Yeah.
I'm like, MJ, we ain't got to do this one.
You wouldn't even
I would
be
say,
there.
I would no. I would say, MJ, you don't have to do. This is what happens. He plays the first quarter, whatever, and then they take him out.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
But also, why risk it? Why risk it? I don't understand putting yourself in your shoes. Why risk it?
I don't
You're
think-
40.
You're not risking.
All-Star
You're not
game?
risking anything.
He earned his right to be able. He has earned. If anybody's earned the right, he has earned the right.
So
Whether you agree with it or not, whether
Saquon
you
Barkley
agree-
didn't earn the right to
No.
sit out Week 17 in order to get a Super Bowl championship because you guys said
He would have
no.
still
he
got a
should-
Super Bowl championship.
He could have got both.
But what you're saying is, what if?
What
That's
if,
what
yep.
you're saying. What if
Yep.
he sprained his ankle in Week
What if?
17? Then the Philly doesn't go to
What
the Super
if?
Bowl and blah blah blah.
And what
So
if Brian
Yeah.
got hurt and our Lakers don't make it to this championship?
you ain't
round?
going to the
About
championship anyway. Anyway.
There's the root of it. There's the root.
What about
Man, what if that happened?
Right. What about the format? Like,
Trash.
did y'all see any improvement? Nothing to hold on to. Nothing to take.
You
I
know the
can't lie.
thing-
I
you know,
like
Sam-
the short games. I like the 40-point. I like the competition. Young, old, world.
It was
OG.
interesting because they actually played. I mean, they actually gave an effort, but like that's what we want from the game. Period. Like, why we
Yeah.
gotta do all these gimmicks to get you to play hard? I don't.
You're supposed to.
So I don't understand that.
I get it.
Yeah, I like the concept, the way they had the young rising stars playing against the OGs.
Yeah.
Because their pride kicked in. And that same pride is what we talking about right now. Is y'all showed up, at least act like you want to play, put that on display that you are who you are, and then everybody's happy. You don't got to do it the whole game. But
Everybody's not happy.
They just need a reason to do it.
What
First of
you're
all,
saying is
there's
there's never going to be a
never
situation
happy.
where both sides
I mean, there's
are
always gonna
happy.
be somebody complaining. You're never gonna appease everybody.
Right.
But we talking about the general public, the
But that's what
majority.
he's saying. There's still the majority on one side still gonna hate.
Well,
Well, you
Regardless.
can only have one majority. I think the majority. He said the majority on one side. The majority.
Yeah, the majority on this side, not the majority on this side.
University.
There's a difference. There's a difference. Columbia and
The
Langston. There's a difference.
the majority is gonna be happy if if everybody's showing up and balling out. It don't have to be a whole game, but if everybody's at least acting like they want to be there, make it a good game, the majority of people will
I'm
be happy.
learning about you, and this is interesting.
Then I know what I'm
this
talking
is a
about.
No. First of all, of course, you're smart as hell. This is not a generalization, but a perspective when you haven't walked in those shoes tells you to listen a little bit louder to what everyone else is saying around you. But when you're in that position, you like, dog, I don't care what they say, because they never on one side, all of them, or on this side. So you always gonna get a mixed bag of nuts. So let me just be
Pause.
the one. Pause. Let me be the one who dictates terms. I swear, like, I used to love the race, and there was a moment. I loved the race. Even when I got drafted, I was like, I love the race. After the club, me and Dino, anybody, I race you, dog. I mean, anywhere outside the club, man. And then one day, my boy was like, dog, you need to stop racing. You gonna sprain your hammy or something, tear your hammy, and you out here racing. And he's like, you know how much you get paid to run now? And I was like, damn, interesting. But I still, my pride was like, I'm fast and you challenge me, let's go.
That yak.
That yak. But I would never do, and I learned from that moment, I would never do something, one, to appease the audience. Just telling you, I'm gonna do me, and then hopefully it lands with you. But two, I'm going to do it and know all y'all ain't gonna be on my side regardless of what I do. So might as well do what you do.
You know what? The games weren't bad. The presentation sucked. That's what I had a problem with.
Just say it. Say his name.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man,
you
come
ain't,
on,
you ain't
man.
hiding. Say his name.
One of my boys said, call UPS, put his ass in a shoebox, and send him somewhere.
Is your boy you?
And I love me some Kevin Hart, but golly, come on, man.
Yeah, you ain't gotta say you love
What you
him.
doing? And TNT, what are you doing?
They just that was too
First
much.
of all, they were asking for injury.
Yeah.
They were giving out fishing poles and tackle boxes. I was like, you didn't see that?
No, what?
But they were doing that
they
to give
paused
props
the-
to Kenny, Ernie, Charles,
I
and
don't care.
Oh,
Shaq,
yeah,
I
right?
don't care what
Let's
it
give
was.
props.
What
Send
it
them off the
was.
right way.
It didn't make sense. The players are in the middle of the game. They stopped the game for 20 minutes.
No. They never stopped the game. They stopped the performances of Kevin Hart and them. That wasn't about the game anymore. It was a Kevin Hart sketch where a little basketball sprinkled in. It was not a basketball all-star game with Kevin Hart on the side.
Man, it was
He was the main course.
It was
And it was
ridiculous.
just too much because when you're trying to get real with the game and trying to get the game back, you're going to make me laugh at it?
And Kevin was up there faded too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't funny.
And it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny.
You know how we always have those conversations about culture?
Yeah.
That's where culture goes left, because whoever's in the higher ups, I feel like with TNT or NBA, they're not really in tune. So I think they just see him. It's like, oh, he's the face. They love him.
Yeah.
Let's throw him in there.
They love him.
They. Everybody.
Can anything be more racist than
All
they
the
love
ratings,
him?
and if we throw him out there, meanwhile they not
Y'all.
they not reading the room.
They not like
It's
us.
like, yeah, they not reading the room. It's like we not.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody cares about that.
But you know it's weird because he killed the roast. He killed Tom Brady's roast. That was amazing.
But
Kevin
that was,
Hart.
but that was
But that's the
comedy.
stage for
comedy,
that.
right.
That's the
Comedy.
platform
But
for that.
can't you be funny anywhere? Like,
No.
that just
No,
wasn't
you can't
funny.
be
People that's
funny
going to watch
anywhere.
basketball don't care about you being funny. You just want to watch basketball.
I know. Good point.
And that roast, he had the writers.
True.
Shout out to Chris Spencer.
Chris Spencer and them, right?
He kept it PG. He kept it PG. You have to think about our perspective right now. There's a lot of nostalgia. We've watched the All-Star games from the 90s and 2000s. Let's ask newer. If you ask someone new if they enjoyed it or not, maybe they would say, I like this format. I didn't like the old format. We're used to Kobe, Jordan dominating. We're used to Mamba mentality. Maybe this new format's something that appeals to the younger generation.
If it was
20-year-old.
appealing, the ratings would not be down. I'm not buying.
Hold on,
all
what were
that.
the All-Star
whole
ratings? I don't know.
All-Star
yet.
and
I don't know if they put them
NBA
out yet.
period. It's all the same. It's
I
under the
will
same
say,
umbrella.
real
Now,
quick-
again, football was different because the Pro Bowl ratings were down, but the NFL was going up. So it's
Yeah.
still a direct correlation. But now NBA is going down. The All-Star is going down. Eventually, they're going to have to change something, have a drastic change.
Definitely, they need to do it immediately.
Immediately.
This
And
ain't
the,
working.
to me, the only thing is, again, world versus USA.
Yeah.
Because the USA, for the first time, go come out here and try to mess around and go get domed by 20.
Right.
And then you go be like, oh, now it's serious. That's the only thing that's going to bring it back.
And that's why I like seeing Wemby getting upset about that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
And he's going to be the face of the
Come
league.
on,
so
NBA, world versus US.
If that's how you're a face of the league, is taking that kind of game, then that's a good thing.
World
That's a
versus
great thing.
US.
One thing I want to go back to though, because you was like, oh, these guys are making so much money now, they're not gonna want to go out there and play. You talking about the new generation.
I don't mean so much. I mean any amount. Like,
Well, 'cause I was-
if you clean your friend's house for free growing up and then you own a cleaning service, you shouldn't be going over there just giving them free service.
But
Like,
my pushback to that is,
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
if you let's just, I don't want to make it too deep, but we talk about inflation. Like Kobe and Jordan in their time, they're making the same amount of money that these guys are making.
Yeah.
But they still were there. Performing
But
and
the-
showing up, so money is not the thing. It's just
Yes,
it's
it
just
is.
it's
No,
just a
it's
different
not.
era of where they
It's
just
a
don't
small
care as
piece
much.
of
No, you got to
And
remember.
remember, this era is LeBron's kids. These are all
Yeah.
that grew up under him.
Yeah.
So from day one, he never set the tone to make it a competitive thing. When other superstars have to
They
challenge
set
you
the
to be
tone.
competitive,
That's not fair
When
to
they
LeBron.
pass the mic,
they follow
they
that. They
pass the-
following him.
Yeah.
Do you know? All right. Did Jordan have a $10 million deal that he turned down after he left high school?
No, he did not.
Thank
LeBron
you.
did.
Did
I get
LeBron?
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did Kobe even have that opportunity?
No.
He had some deals. He had some.
But
no.
not that.
So it's funny. It's almost like American history, world history. Our predecessors, our ancestors, they had to carry a different load, more water than we do. Just like my son is born in Encino.
Listen,
I'm from Compton. Like in
10,000 square
Right.
feet, 18 bedrooms, 17 bathrooms.
right.
Toilet paper smells like flowers.
10,000 square feet.
Shut up. And he ain't a punk. He ain't a sellout. He ain't corny. He ain't suburban or whatever you want to call him. He ain't none of that with the connotations, right? But he gonna have different choices and different moves. He gonna be looked at like that, even by me. I'm like, dog, you soft for doing that. And he gonna be like, but daddy, I don't have that much water. Then his kids, they not gonna have that much water if we keep this thing going. That's the same with LeBron. He ain't got that much water to carry. He's still carrying stuff though, and that's a positive, not a negative. You want him to go back to, I'm gonna play 48 minutes in the All-Star game to build the brand.
Listen.
He already got the brand.
Jordan,
No,
30
but you
years
can't pass
ago,
on that.
30 years ago, Jordan was making $30 million a year.
Yes.
that's
And
more
still
than
playing.
and
No, no, no.
still balling.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
more than a lot of guys is making now.
Yeah.
He's doing this 30
Can
years ago.
you give him the contract though? 1 year, 30.
It was 1 year.
Okay.
It's
He
still
got-
30
he got an
million.
NFL, he got an NFL backup guard.
The money didn't change. It's still 30 million.
But no,
And he
didn't
was
want to do
balling.
it.
And he
didn't-
was close to 40.
You act
And
like
he
he
was
raised
balling.
his hand to do that. He got his hand raised because he's like, that's the only way I'm gonna get my value. So
Not
he
for the
could-
All-Star game.
No, I'm talking about Jordan couldn't get a 6-year 180, and he deserved it.
He got 1 year 30.
I know, and you think he wanted that? So you get hurt this year. Guess what you get next year, Jordan? Don't do that. You know that's a losing argument. No one wants a 1 year 30.
He
We
still
want a
got
6
more
year
money than
180.
LeBron now. He set the tone. So
Great.
my point is, he's the one. The bar was here. We getting off track because LeBron is the
No,
reason.
this is on track. Let's
It's,
go.
it's on and off. But LeBron is literally the reason why none of these guys are playing now, because it's not like because he has all this money now he's doing that. He came in doing that.
I know, because he had different choices. He had different conversations. He had different things on the table.
For
Why can't-
passion?
Yes.
For
Hold on.
passion?
Hold on. When you ate, did you grow up eating Chinese food? I know you did. You went
course
to
I did.
Ollie's or some shit, right?
course I did.
And then all of a sudden somebody took you to Nobu, and then you're like, I don't wanna-
Overrated.
But
continue.
rated. But rated.
It's rated.
It's overrated, but
It's
it's
rated.
good, right? It's, I'm about to say, I ain't gonna argue that.
No, boo.
But the point is, now, why you ain't at Ollie's?
eat a lot.
Yo, son, why you don't want to go to Ollie's all the time? Why you always at Nobu? It's
Let's talk about the reality of what you're saying, though. You're saying it's okay. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
can all sit here and say it's okay, but it's not okay for your son's kids and your kids' grandsons, all that, whatever, because here's the reality of it, right?
Stats.
Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. If it's going to be a cycle, it's eventually going to be that again. And so what you're saying, LeBron created that, which is great, but his son is going to be the weaker version of that. And then it's going to come around again to create.
Oh, we doing this? That's
because that's what
I know
I know you know, but it's like that's where we're going if we
That's
continue.
wrong. You just gave the term or the word weak the wrong connotation. I think in this situation,
I wanted to say soft, but that was a little bit.
LeBron is not weak. LeBron is not soft. LeBron, and you saying his son, LeBron's son is better than Michael Jordan's son in the game of basketball.
But not in the game of railroad track driving.
Yeah, and maybe in life. but let's just stop that. And then when you're affluent, will we stop with this whole? This is what happened at Columbia. Everybody was like, all these nerds and rich kids and silver spoons. I was like, no, they're gonna run the world, and they are.
Right.
And every school we go to, they're gonna run the world, and we clown them. We're like, he ain't doing nothing. He got it handed to him. I'm like, yeah, that's how the rich get richer. The poor don't get richer. The poor get poorer. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what I'm.
LeBron's not supposed to make his son go through hell.
There will be more.
Shout out to MJ. When
There will
is
be
it?
more entrepreneurs come from families of lower income that there will be from billionaire parents. Yes, there is. Look at
I
all the
doubt
entrepreneurs.
that,
Yes,
and
that's
it's
how
so-
it works. That is how it works. No, they don't. No, they don't. Like 76%.
Not in this new day and age.
Hatch,
Not in
I
this
don't
new day
agree
and
with
age.
that. I don't have the
Okay,
answer
I'll
to
find
that.
Back. I'll find them.
But more importantly, even if it's an entrepreneur, that doesn't count if you just start a paper route. But it does count. But I know, we're talking about Fortune 500.
The millionaires.
I think one thing about the NBA All-Star Game, a stark contrast right now is there's really, in essence, an NHL All-Star Game going on right now. The four nations face off.
Yeah.
And those cats played
They
their
hard.
hardest,
Yeah.
and these are the best hockey players in the world.
But who cares about hockey?
Well, hockey fans.
Hockey fans, right.
Hockey fans. So, and they care, and the hockey players care what the hockey fans think. So, to me, that's the right mentality for sports.
Because they're still building. They are not in the same place as the NFL. They're not in the same place as the dog. This is everywhere you go. There you are. Nothing new under the sun. When you get it all given to you,
I love you using my Teddy Pendergrass
You
quote.
heard me.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man, shit. He shot that. But dog, we all the same. Now all of a sudden you look at things differently. You dictate terms. We are upset at LeBron for doing exactly what Michael Jordan wished he could have did. Now, Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. But when he was playing, Michael Jordan retired twice, in part because it wasn't adding up. Like, he got fatigued of what he was dealing with the organization, fatigued what his value was. Like, we can say his dad and all that, but there was some hurdles in front of that man that made him tap out that LeBron, like,
Suspended.
yeah. LeBron just like, I just won't do it. And do you think Michael Jordan wish he could have said that? Absolutely.
Don't
and he
you
can't.
think Michael Jordan could have said that, though? He could have did anything he wanted to.
He stopped
just
for a whole year. That was his version. LeBron
I agree.
is like,
I
no,
agree.
I'm going to let you pay me, and I'm not going to do it. That's a flex. What y'all talking about? man? That's a
Your
flex.
perspective is absolutely backwards. No, I just know.
Oh,
I
y'all don't
hear
wanna go to
you.
work and not get paid?
well,
y'all don't want to go to work and not
I
get
hear
paid?
you, but I just know.
Or go to work and get paid.
You're
go
right.
to work, not work, and get paid.
You're right about the flex. That was the
a
big.
flex.
That was an ultimate flex.
You gonna pay me too.
But I don't think he should have played if he's injured. He said he sat out the game before
He
the
did.
All-Star break.
He said-
if you're injured, don't play. But don't come out there in your street clothes.
But at least tell them earlier
all.
so they couldn't get replacement.
Right.
I think
That's
he
how we
could
want
at
it.
least,
Yeah.
at least said it earlier, been a little bit more respectful. But I do feel it's LeBron's league. He can do what he want to do. And at this age and everything he's done, he's justified.
Nobody ever complained about LeBron not playing. It's how he did it
That's
that everybody
real. That's
complains
real.
about. Like, everybody understands you're 40 years old. You just missed your last game because of injury. So that's not the issue. But him being his ego allowed him to play that wrong, and it just worked against him. And he's repeated that in different situations, just like the way he left Miami, the way he left Cleveland. He always does things that somewhat. I mean, he's had a clean image for all his career, but there's always those moments where he just makes decisions where it's like,
This is amazing.
that wasn't
doing the
that
dunk
wasn't
contest.
right. The dunk contest.
Dunk contest.
Yeah. He's the reason why the dunk contest is bad now too.
Yes.
Because he was the last star that refused to do it. It was always the most athletic superstars in the league that took pride in doing it. Remember, he pump fake year after year after year,
true.
One thing I
and then he
did
just
wish
never
he
did it. And when he stopped
You know
doing
why
it,
he didn't
you could
do it?
never get another star to go back and do it. It
LA
was always the bench
Fakers.
guys at that point because he made it look like it wasn't cool for the stars to do it.
That was tragic.
Right.
Tragic.
But hold on. It almost sounds like conspiracy theory. Walk with me here. LeBron is the biggest thing, right? So this is what happens in our politics. This is what happens in our day-to-day life. Conspiracy theories always have that kernel of, I'm going to guess what your motivations are, and I'm going to project on who you are because I'm not in that room with you, right? That's every conspiracy theory is like, oh, that's got to be it but you so distant from the reality, you got a theory on it, right? So LeBron, all these things you said that he dropped the ball. The dude went to a YMCA, which we see high schoolers do all the time and have 9 different hats on and do it. He decided, because I didn't have that moment or to go to college, I'm going to do it now and give you $5 million. I ain't telling one of y'all cameras to show up. Y'all do what you do. Everybody in the world watched. Who didn't watch the decision like this? I did. And then when he did it, he didn't even dress up. He had on the button down, oak tree, and he just sitting there. And then he did it, and then the world turned on him. I said, the dude just said he going to Miami. What is the big deal? My point is this. There's nothing he can do that's going to satisfy
true.
people.
That's
Well,
not
no,
true.
you're
It's not wrong.
100% correct. There's nothing anybody can do. When Patrick Mahomes wins, they're going to start to hate him.
Yep.
When Tom Brady starts to
cheating.
win, they're going to start to hate
They cheating.
Michael Kobe, it's how American sports works. Period.
Yeah.
You're going to hate him.
Magic had his haters.
It doesn't matter.
Something
Nobody
wrong.
gets mad at players. I mean, there are a small percentage of people that get mad when
No,
a player
a
leaves a
large
team.
percent.
But when
The
you're a free
majority.
agent, everybody understands you have the right to leave. It's how he did it.
But
Because they
no,
kept asking him.
there is
They
no
kept
right
talking to
way
him and
for
asking
a
him, and
team
he
with the
kept trying to
house.
sell
There's
it
no
like
right
they were
way.
like he
He's
was
supposed to be
staying.
on a boat? What's he
He
supposed
kept
to?
trying
How's
to
he supposed
sell
to
to
leave?
them that he was staying. It's just like when Kyrie a couple years ago when he was like, yo, I love it here in Boston. This is where I want to be. Soon as free agent came, he was gone. So yeah, people gonna have a problem with that because you didn't have to say that.
Yes, you do.
You can
Because
say
if you
anything
want to
you
work
wanna
some
say.
moves
You just have to
behind the
figure it out
scenes-
later.
Hold on. If I'm working moves behind the scenes and I need other teams to cooperate, I need Toronto. You got to send them. Oh, I may stay because then Toronto's like, oh, I'm not on your scent. Like I'm working this while working y'all.
I'm gonna
and
get a
you
little
all
more
mad
chestnut
at me.
checkers.
I
Yeah.
I'ma
get
give you a
that.
little more
But there's
incentive to
there's
come this
PC
way, baby.
answers that you can use where you don't have to really answer.
But there's not.
And people
There's
do it all
never
the time.
going to be
But there
the
was-
right answer, though.
There was
Never.
something bad about the
Never.
decision.
I don't
The
think it
decision
was.
was-
I don't
But
think
wait,
it was.
wait,
But I
then
think
why
the
didn't
general
he have,
public didn't like it.
Why didn't he have old boy? Who was old boy that used to break the news back then? Why didn't he have old boy break it?
Stephen A.
Yeah. Why didn't
He was
have
in
him
high
break-
school.
Why didn't he have him,
Well, Jim Craig. Oh,
why didn't he have him
was-
break
he
it
was.
instead of having to do the
Yeah.
whole show?
It wasn't a good look, that's for sure.
It didn't go over well, and I don't think anything
But
LeBron
anything he
wants.
would have did, it would not have went over
I
well
think it went
because
well when he went back to
people
Cleveland.
they want you to
'Cause they-
stay in your
'cause they-
hometown. They want you
'cause
to
they
do
wanted
what
to.
they want you to
What-
do.
'cause they wanted you
What about
to do
how
it.
he left Cleveland when he walked off that last game and quit on his team and then just disappeared? You thought that was okay?
I don't remember that moment, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've walked off a court. I've
I'm
walked
just
off a
curious.
field before.
Walked off, took his jersey.
A lot
everybody
of
knew he was
people have done that. Antonio
Everybody knew he
Brown
was
did
leaving.
it. Do they hate him for it?
Yeah.
Antonio
Do we have
Brown
any?
did it?
I'm
Any?
talking about CTE.
Any?
Come on, man.
He's so stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so the 3-point contest, I ain't heard one word about it, so nobody watched. What about the dunk contest? Anybody? Dunk contest better? I mean, y'all gotta give McClung
Man,
his
Mac
thing.
McClung is
And
a
again-
beast.
No, if you want the same thing, if you want the dunk contest to be good, you have to put street ballers in the dunk contest
Yep.
versus NBA guys, and that's the only way you're
Yep.
gonna
No,
get
you don't.
That's
No, you
good.
don't.
out of
Yep.
the best.
No, I'm watching
ain't
that.
nobody,
Well,
ain't nobody
here-
watch that.
Going back to the LeBron, the mass effect of him not playing, not doing the dunk contest. Now you see the opposite. now that Mac McClung has won it 3 times, some of the stars are saying, man, maybe I should jump in there.
Yeah.
And then and then they're showing the social medias of the other stars saying, well, if you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, if
And
you
they
two
still
do it,
ain't
I'm
did
going to
it.
do it.
But you know they ain't gonna do it.
Did it.
They might.
That's
ain't
all
nobody
a
gonna
pump
put
fake.
that out.
That's what they
Hey,
think.
what's up? That's like you want to fight somebody. You say, "What's up? What's you don't want to fight?
And y'all
You
go
just
in
want
a
to start
circle,
break it up.
put your
Yeah.
shoulders
What's up?
going in a
You ain't
circle.
right.
Ain't
Bam!
nothing.
That's when you
You
want to
still
fight.
Ryan Clarkin, huh?
Oh yeah. Hey, let's do an interview. Let's talk. Man to man, catch a fade. Nah, I'm good. You don't want to fight. No, I've not had a fight, and the fights I see that really happen, they just happen. Like it ain't no like. Ain't no
no build-up.
prelude.
There's no
It's
build-up.
just a fight. Like,
Yep.
yeah. Like, come on.
I had a fight about a year
When's the
ago.
last you got? Okay,
Yeah, I was walking home from watching the game, and this dude
You
ran
by
up-
yourself or you
by
by-
myself
Okay.
in Studio City.
Okay.
And a dude ran up on me talking about he was gonna beat my ass.
No.
Okay,
There's
hold
something
on.
missing in
Yeah,
there.
no, hold on. Nobody. Hold on. Was it a homeless person?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way to bury the lead.
But he had
brother.
his hand in his pocket.
Okay.
He had his hand in his right pocket, and he was like, "This is the day you gonna die." He said, "I'm gonna kill you." That's different. And I stopped and I turned around and I said, "What?" I said, "Bro, I'm just walking home. I live a block away.
Yeah.
Just let me go home."
Were you crying at this point?
That don't matter.
Were you crying?
No.
Look, I'm just saying. I want to see who.
Hey, let's do 48.
Because we know.
I don't believe this
know,
story.
I know this
He lying.
version. I know this version of you. But did the tough guy version come out? Did the softer version? Did the beggar come out? Like
Well,
who came out?
The beggar.
I was trying to diffuse it first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he trying to stay alive.
Because I didn't know what he had in his pocket.
Right.
And then he said, "This is your last day on earth. I'm gonna kill you."
Okay.
And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna have to
Clint
fight."
Eastwood. You get robbed
Right,
by Clint
right.
Eastwood.
So
You got all
he
these
said-
fucking one-liners.
Exactly.
Take 10
But he
minutes.
had his hand in his pocket,
What's wrong
and he
with you?
said, "If you're not out of here by the count of 5, it's gonna be over for you." And then he did like this: 1.
Laughing,
And
man.
I yacked him right in front of California Pizza Kitchen. He said, "If you're not out here by the count of 5, it's over." He said, 1, and I said, "Pow!" And I yacked him, and I drove him into a flower
Man.
bed right under California. You know where California
Oh,
Pizza
yeah, I'm-
Kitchen
I'm
is?
with you.
Right there.
Oh, man.
It was- and I had my headphones in. I said, "Siri, call 911." And I'm just being
Chi-Town.
Oh, Chi-Town Finest. Oh, man. All right. That is the best story. Because at first, me and Justin was on you. We were like, I don't think this story real. This ain't it. You talking about...
You want me to show you the
No,
picture?
we believe you now. We believe you now.
Please don't.
But I love when somebody said, so when he came up to me, he had his hands in his pocket. So I turned around. I was like, wait a minute. How you know his hands in his pocket? You ain't turned around yet. But your first 48 works. Okay, we with you now.
Yeah.
No, all right, let's keep the
Gotta
fighting
get you a
game going.
CCW.
Let's keep the fighting spirit going. We got to change topics.
Okay.
Let's talk about this fight that's going on. And I'm going to break this down. Y'all just go.
Speaking of
The
fights.
GOAT, speaking of fights, the GOAT conversation is a battle. Now, after the Super Bowl, it felt like, damn, Patrick Mahomes, you know, the 3-2 in Super Bowls. Huh, that sounds familiar. Oh, that's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
3-2, same thing. So the GOAT conversation, it was almost like baby GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. If you would have won, you're probably the GOAT. Like, it's too fast, too much. But then you lose, but you're still with Brady. So I'm going to give you these numbers, and I want y'all to tell me, do we stop? Do we pause? Or do we go with this GOAT conversation? Mahomes, 3 Super Bowls, and Tom Brady, 3 Super Bowls at the same age of 29. Mahomes, 245 touchdowns, 74 picks. Brady, 147 compared to 245, and 78 picks. More picks, fewer touchdowns. Mahomes, 18 playoff wins, Brady 12. Mahomes, 2 MVPs, Brady 0. Mahomes, 89-23, Brady 70-24.
Stop.
It's not
Stop.
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 Pause.
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 Stop.
Stop.
Cut it
Stop
out.
means don't ever go there. Pause means.
Pause means stop for now. You cannot have no greatest of all time when somebody has not even played 10 years in the sport.
But what if you sang boat? who has set the world record in 100 meters, and now it's happening to this 20-year-old kid that is beating every record he had up to the age of 20. You start to say he's on pace to be. Is that the GOAT conversation we're having right now?
No, because football.
No,
Definitely, because he has so much more football to play. Patrick Mahomes has so much, and with his coach Andy Reid not leaving, they're going forward. I think they could bring anything around, and Patrick Mahomes is going to make sure they're cooking.
I
Going
agree.
forward.
So he could be the GOAT, or he.
I really think he can.
I think so too.
I think he
But
can.
right now, you cannot be in the conversation.
But you got to understand
though.
those stats too was a different NFL back then. In Brady's era, we were pounding the ball a lot more. Now they're spreading things out and throwing the ball a lot more. You know, so it's a whole
Those
different.
stats do
I
not
feel
count.
like Brady were going against tougher defenses back then than the stuff. It's a little softer now.
Different defensive rules.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But was Brady as well? I know the answer. Was Brady as good as Patrick Mahomes up to the age
At
of
29?
No,
No, he was
even-
not. But what makes you the greatest of all time is longevity.
Yeah, how you
From
finish.
29
And I
to
don't
39, Tom Brady did some stuff we've never seen before.
And I don't know if Mahomes is still be
That's
at
why
this
I said
level
false.
at 40.
But the thing that's the positive for Mahomes is that he has more time.
Absolutely.
And
I
feel
hope
like
he
he's going.
is.
I feel like he's going to.
And he knows what to shoot for, like in the high jump. You know,
Yes.
you know where to set that bar to win
Yes.
this one.
Yeah.
I
right?
feel like he's going to conquer that.
The Chiefs they're preparing to go to the Super Bowl every single year
Yep.
for the next 2
And I
years.
hate that.
Whether he does it or not, we know that in training camp, the Chiefs are saying our goal is the Super Bowl. Anything else, like we don't do that around here. We go to the Super Bowl, but that doesn't help him be the greatest of all time yet, because again, he's just too young, and he's got 10
You
more
mean
years.
too young? That's so weak, though. That ain't
No,
a real answer.
That
you
is
too young.
You can't be considered. That's like, okay, soon as one dude's gonna have one good game next year as a receiver, and they gonna say he's the next Randy Moss, he's the next T.O. Then there's gonna be a quarterback that does it for one game. They're gonna say he's the next Brady.
But this is not one game, Hatch.
Jalen Daniels. They're not saying he's the next nobody.
This is like 7-8 years on league, Hatch.
That's what
They're not
they're
saying that.
saying.
They're not
That's what
saying
they're
he's
saying.
It's not one game, Hatch.
I
This
know,
is
but you got
3 Super
10
Bowls later.
years to go.
That's what I was gonna say. Here's the
got
thing.
10 years.
I think for now you got to pause the argument. I mean, pause the topic.
Yep.
But he easily has another 10 years in the league,
but-
and I think if he gets another 3 rings,
But-
he legit.
Still behind Brady in rings,
my
but could he surpass him in the GOAT?
But I know,
conversation?
but then he has 3 other rings, so what that puts him at 6.
That still ain't
But
enough.
his stats at that point will probably
No,
Yeah.
stats
blow
ain't gonna
Brady's out
matter.
the water.
That's the NFL
He's not- you guys
stats.
no,
think
but
he's gonna
we can't
decline?
discredit that because
not gonna-
there's
he's not
people who will say
declining
that
any
there's people
second.
better. There's
He's not
people think,
declining any second.
Let me.
I know, that's what I'm
ask-
saying. He got
let me
another
ask you
10
guys
years.
this: is he going to be healthy every single year for 10 years?
we don't know.
Brady
Not
missed
unless they get
Brady
hurt.
missed a whole year.
Not unless they get
After
the whole
29.
line
If he
together.
gets hurt next year, he gets hurt the year. Oh well, now he's hurt, so now he can't be the GOAT. No, I'm not saying that. He can still be the GOAT, but it's still going to take time to figure out that conversation. Today has nothing to do with what he's going to be in 10 years. You got to play at a very high level, stay healthy, and be in the
What?
top of your
I feel
game
like for
for
what-
10 more years.
And I feel like
But why
what-
are you looking at the next 10 worse than this 10?
Exactly.
Because this 10 was so
Because
insane.
I feel like
No,
for what
'cause
he's
that's what
shown,
Tom Brady
what
already
he's
did
shown
it.
and what he's done, he's on that path.
He's
on
done
that
more at
direction.
the same place that Brady,
haven't
and
done-
Brady
you haven't did
finished
more.
strong. Why he can't finish strong?
I say you might, but we don't know that. That's why
So
you
we
have
don't
to
even
pause the
guess that?
No.
We don't project
Let me-
that out?
Bad media does exactly what you're saying. I'm saying the bad media people, the ESPN, the Fox, they're going to, well, he's this, and you don't know. That's why you guys can't take one game that happens every single year or one Super Bowl or one this, and they try to give all of these credits to these youngsters, and that's why the youngsters don't continue to grind no more, because they're getting all the hoopla from the media saying that they made it already or they're the greatest already, but you're not even close.
In one game, I'm taking
You're around Randy Moss too much.
I'm taking the body
To my heart.
Chris Carter too much. He mad at Randy and Crystal.
Hey, but I'm taking the body of this guy's work
Yo.
and saying that it's going to be continued success. He might have a bump in the road. I even hate saying that being a Raider fan. He might have a bump in the road, but from his body of success that he's shown so far, he's going to continue to have success.
I agree, but until we see it, I'm
But
not
the best
putting him in
indicator of future behavior is past behavior. And now, it was actually harder for Brady to become the GOAT
Facts.
at 29 after the defense and special teams was winning all them Super Bowls, really forming Belichick. Then he became.
Yeah.
It's harder to do what Brady did after 29 than it will be for whatever Mahomes wants to do.
agree.
We don't know the cap situation, how they're going to keep playing with that contract to get talent. But Mahomes is already. If I'm as good, if not better than the best to ever do it, when I'm gonna be like, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
You got to go prove it, though. This is pro sports. We're not giving you the benefit of the doubt, right? Why do people not say Bo Jackson is the best ever? He didn't.
He stopped. Got hurt.
So we don't know what was after the injury. We don't know what's after.
But that's why he's Bo
years.
Jackson, because we started to imagine that.
Yes,
we started. We're imagining it right now.
See it.
We're imagining it right now.
Yeah, but nobody puts him in front of Barry and Walter and Emmett because he got injured, right? He didn't get to finish that whole career, what we thought was going to happen.
So it's Matthew.
But he was doing a whole bunch. He was doing 2 different sports.
It don't matter. He's still the best ever to do it.
Hatch, you don't project. You do. You're a coach. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. He's lying. He's lying. He know he does.
Because you want to know why? Because there's nothing that bothers me more than every Sunday when they get on ESPN and Fox and one dude has one game for 150 yards and they automatically try to put him in Moss and TO category.
Like who?
Hey, you don't play
Justin
fantasy.
Jefferson?
Okay, here's one example.
You don't play fantasy.
I do not play fantasy because this is a realistic
I see,
world.
you don't play fantasy.
I'll give you the best example in the last 10 years. And I love him to death, and I think he's a dude. When Odell Beckham made that catch, they automatically said he was Moss, T.O., Hall of Fame, all of these things because he was in New York. If he would have did that for the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football, nobody would have ever said anything. It was New York. It was Monday night. It was bigger than life. So they made him bigger than life. And we've never seen Odell hold up to what we wanted him to be.
But that's not fair to Odell.
But that's what they do every single week, though.
New York did not make that moment.
Odell did.
Odell didn't even make that moment. What made that moment was when we finally all were watching and we saw something amazing. He had a resume that was comparable, if not surpassing. Yes, that's who he was. Then also you like, oh, he been eating out here.
And that's for 3 years.
Okay, but that's the point. So
yes,
if he would have did that and that was his first catch of the year, we'd be like, oh, that was a great catch for you, right? We see it all the time.
Yes,
but when you do that catch and then you're like, he got Moss numbers. He got. You know that's true.
No,
he had 3 years of Moss
numbers,
T.O.'s numbers.
But
with that
the reason
catch.
we don't like that is because you still have to do that for 10 more years.
Facts.
We're not going to take.
Okay. You reminded me of this. I forgot. I can say it now. Statute of limitations. Okay. So I'm on air and I'm doing one of those projections, and it was J.J. Watt, and J.J. Watt used to get 20 sacks at deep tackle. Like, it was just stupid, right? And I remember we were doing a segment, and out of dear respect to that guy, Bruce Smith, I was just like kind of caught. I was hedging my conversation, my bets. And then so we did the segment. I don't know what I said, but I know I was in the middle. I was riding the fence because I was like, dog, he got 200 sacks. Do y'all understand that means he has to play for 20 years and get 10 sacks or play for 10 years and get 20 sacks? I was like, dang. And then Bruce texted me soon. He must have been watching with the old ass. He hit me. He's like, just tell him don't get hurt. Tell him to finish. And his point was, he knew. And what happened with J.J. Watt? He kept getting hurt. Yeah. He just kept getting injured.
It's
he
hard to do.
I hear you. But it felt so good to think he could do it.
No, I don't have those kind. No,
It's been
we
done.
saw it done. Therefore, we might not ever see it again.
I started 170 straight games.
The same reason we wanted to see Patrick Mahomes have a three-peat, right? We all sat here and had the conversation. We want to see him do it because why? We might not ever see it again. So when you guys are sitting there saying, well, Tom Brady, we just watched Tom Brady for 20 years dominate the hardest sport in football from the hardest position in all the sports, and we're just going to give a guy because he has 8 good years? No, he's got to earn that to get that for another 10 years.
Right,
at
but
least
we
5.
need to have the conversation of GOATs getting beat, surpassed. Brady took a GOAT away from us that we knew, Joe Montana, right?
Absolutely.
All right, who's the GOAT in another position that we saw surpass? It's not Jerry Rice. No one surpassed Jerry Rice, I think, at receiver.
So at running back, we saw the running back.
Walter Payton.
Payton
got
to Barry,
to Emmett-ish.
They still splitting that.
The defensive end, to me, never been passed. The corner position's been passed. A lot of people think that
linebacker.
Revis and all those guys were better than Dion. That's what a lot of people think.
No.
That's what a lot of, and again, that's what a lot of people think. Safety, they think Ed Reed was better than Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, different styles.
Troy
but yeah.
Polamalu was better than Ronnie Lotz of the
Yeah.
world. The Lester, not Lester, but Mel
Damn,
Blunt's
I'm
of the
making
world.
your argument for you. It's hard to pass a GOAT.
It's hard.
It's hard to pass a GOAT, but that's why
And it's no fun using the term on track to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's not a fun term to.
In track
to
it
argue.
is though.
Yeah, but track is littered with people who were on track
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, think about women's
Because
track.
it's a number.
The
and the number's
fastest.
always going to get beat.
Well,
this is
Objectively.
more
It
objective.
does, not always, but it's always objective. It's always you're better than
Think
her.
about
You're better than
the
him.
two fastest women ever were FloJo and Carmelita Jeter.
Yep.
And Carmelita ran a long time ago, and FloJo ran a long time ago. And there have been plenty of people,
Have anybody-
11-year-olds who run these
15-year-olds.
crazy times,
Yep.
and you're like, well, let's just see how this goes.
Have they broken her records?
No, absolutely not.
Not Shakira,
Not even
nobody.
close.
And they all are
Not
pacing
even close.
to do it, and then it gets.
So they can't be the GOAT.
And you can see it, and you're like, all right, let's see
It's
if
a
they can
number.
keep it up, if they get faster, if they
sport
work
is
hard.
this?
Hatch, did you play when Adrian Peterson played?
Yes.
Did you project that he would be the greatest of all time?
No. Because
Why?
because of time. I don't think people understand, especially in football. Me and Larry Fitzgerald talked about this. Being healthy for 16 weeks is tough. Being healthy for 16 weeks, 12, 13, 14,
And it's 17
15,
now.
And now it's 17. And most players, the basketball analogy we just gave, they don't want to play every week anyway. When we get to 18 weeks where the NFL is going, you're gonna start seeing the NFL players sitting out week 3, week 6, week 8.
LeBron.
It's the same thing. LeBron changed the whole dynamic of playing with your friend, calling people up and just saying, okay, let's go play together. I think he changed the whole thing in sports.
No, it's not.
Right? Now, I also think the NBA thing is
all
going
were
to start going to the football world where once we get to 18 weeks, yeah, you're going to start seeing guys sit out. Just like you're going to start seeing in college, they're starting to sit out. That's why all these NIL deals are attached to you have to play your bowl game at the end of the year, right? Because we know it's an issue with kids saying, I'm cool. I don't have to play this because I'm getting paid, because I'm a superstar. But it's a slippery slope if we keep letting it happen.
Can I ask you one question?
Absolutely.
When Horace Grant left the Bulls, who replaced him?
Dennis Rodman,
How'd that happen?
they called him up.
I mean, they didn't have cell phones, but somehow,
didn't-
some way, the message got to. Let's replace a beast with a monster, right? And
I was so happy.
And look, I'm
Oh
with
my
it.
God.
If a general manager's job is to construct a team and you're not doing it as well, or I can help you, why am I getting the hell? Why am I getting the blame?
Yeah.
Dog, they've been doing this since they've been doing this. Now, back in the old ABA Celtics, they didn't do it. They just had them all on the team.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers had them all on the team. And then all of a sudden, you're
That's-
showing the late 80s,
Let me
90s.
let me
Cats
ask
start
let me
leaking.
ask you
when
this.
the money start coming.
Let me ask you this.
That's
And
different.
Jordan did it.
Do you think Michael physically called Dennis and said, "Do you
No.
want to come to Chicago?" I do not. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
But I don't
No.
think so. But I do know for sure LeBron physically
Right.
called Bosh and Wade.
This is different.
So you got to go
There's a
walk over
difference.
her house or take an Uber. Doesn't matter. You went
It does
there.
matter.
What does it
If the
matter?
general manager
She-
calls-
Nah, it's different.
You really
It's
care
different.
about me because you walked over here. No, I ain't got no car.
It's different when
You know, girl, you reading this wrong. I would have took a helicopter if I had it.
it's like when you a kid and you in the park and you playing. If you and another kid are the two best kids on the playground, you don't ever say, "Hey, I want you to play on my team."
You a lie.
You want to play
Oh,
against
you
each other.
lying.
No,
I
that's
want to
lying.
beat you.
Hey,
Go,
I
go,
want to
go.
beat you.
Go.
I don't want you to play on my.
I don't want to
That
play
still
with the
happens
best.
now.
I want to play against the best. And how you
Right.
reacted to that tells me everything about you, dog.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
I want to beat you.
All right, let's
I
go back to
don't
the
want
park.
you on my
What
team.
park? We in New York or
That
we in
still
LA?
happens right
Where we
now.
at? No, what
I play
park?
in gyms right now where that still happens.
I see, I
They be like,
said.
"Oh, y'all too? Nah,
You
nah.
li-
We're not
okay,
playing together. I'm playing against you."
You're older now, and you guys have been socialized, so now y'all trying to be proud. Let's go back to when
I'm a
it started.
winner. I wanna
You
win.
lying. When we used to play in elementary school, do not lie. Everybody used to line up at the free throw line.
Life lesson.
Free throw line, right? And
Nope.
the first two that make it get to be captains, right?
Yes.
So then, wait, don't lie.
I got something
And
for
we
that,
used to
though. I
rig
got
it.
something for that.
You used to be like, hey, dog. Get your boy. Yeah. You be like, don't go behind me because then we're gonna be on opposite teams. You or miss it, right?
Right. I got something.
And then when we play the game, then they be like, all right, who gets to stay on the court? Winners, right? So stop acting like, yo, I don't want the best on my team,
I'm
and then don't act like
get to
the
that.
winners don't get the victors of the spoils.
Go ahead.
Stop
So,
acting
look,
like that.
so yeah, that happens when you like little kids. But then there's an age.
We ain't number big kids.
I know, but then it comes to a point in time where y'all already know who the best on the court are, and you say we're not shooting for captain. Y'all two right there. Y'all pick your teams. Y'all pick your teams.
All right, GM.
And you know what those two
GM,
guys
that's
do?
the GM game.
Those two guys are not picking the best. It's like I'm gonna pick the team or the
Yep,
players that
that's
work
real.
well with me.
That's real.
So that I could beat them. I
Yep.
don't want to play on the same team as the other best person because then there's no competition.
Okay, we're agreeing.
It's an easy win.
But we've seen both versions, and one was organic,
No.
natural, and the other one we started getting a little cute with it. Right?
I'm gonna give
Your
you the real
is like-
version. I'm gonna give you the Kobe and Michael version and the Hatch version.
Oh my God.
From the ages of 13, 14-ish to 17, 18-ish, give me 4 of the worst guys.
Yep.
And play against the best 5, and I'm gonna win
Every time.
Even if I don't win, I'd rather have that
get
challenge
outta here.
That's how I feel.
because I'm a G.
Get out of here.
That's how I roll.
No,
You not
get
doing
outta here,
that
Hatch.
tells me everything
I'm going
about
24
you.
hour.
You need to
with my
amend that.
boys, and
You
I'm
need to
picking
amend
up
that.
my boys,
No, it's
and we running the gate. We running the gym
We didn't say
all
go
day until we
didn't say
done,
go to the gym
and
with
then we
your
get
boys.
up
That's
outta
something totally different. That's when you come to the gym with
That's
your
who you
crew.
gonna
That's
ball
something
with.
totally
Hatch,
different.
you
that's
are
who you
now
gonna ball
a
with.
first-year head coach of a football team.
That's how I did it. for
You
13
are
to
not
16.
living what you're saying. You're not standing on business. You're not just rolling out there with
And
your
your game-
hands go.
and your game was not that good.
Here's the difference.
Your game was not that good.
LeBron,
the
call.
difference.
LeBron, you
Here's
want
the-
MJ right
here's
now,
the
don't you?
difference.
Well, Hatch, I think what you mean
You
to
trying to
say
get me to come
is
coach
that
at your high school.
when you were hooping,
Look, you know,
Yeah,
you cool.
I think.
You trying to get me to come coach at your high school. You know,
Just say he
the
did
best.
it.
You want
Wait,
the
wait,
best.
wait, wait.
Your basketball game was not that good.
DP,
too.
DP.
You run through people.
You
like
beat
that.
lying,
I think
dog.
what he's saying is he'll take the 4 that fit the best with you. They may not have to be the best, but they have a skill set that you want. Somebody may be a defensive dude.
You
Some
okay?
cat might be a
You can
rebounder.
like that if you want.
But you're
All
not
I'm
taking
saying-
you're not taking 4 scrubs off the side.
No. It's not that they're scrubs. It's like I don't need the best over on my team because my competitive
feel that.
spirit
Yes.
is gonna. I'm gonna have all of us balling. I'm gonna will you to win.
know what, Hatch?
Hence Michael and
in
Kobe.
the gym like that, the team with all the best players don't necessarily win because they don't meld
We
together.
always lose to teams
That's
that
right.
I got because I know what they doing.
Hey, give me next. All right. Hey, just in case I lose, make sure. Hey, give me
No, you know what?
Pick me up next.
Hey, give me
I
next.
apologize.
Just in case I
I'm gonna
lose.
apologize because I didn't hear you clearly. I coach the same way right now. Like in football, I have never recruited, and we won a lot of championships because I'm just gonna take who comes and then just try and coach them up. In our basketball, though, we're hybrid. I would say we got about half the team that we're like, yo, we come, and then okay, whoever else comes, right? Kind of in that. But I've seen.
Yes.
There's a reason why we ain't number 1 in the country right now. Right? I've seen where they like, you. And when they go, the best part is not seeing them play. It's watching them, knowing how they practice.
Thank you.
You can't have bad habits in
Yes.
practice because the dude behind you gonna go take it.
Yes.
And that's where Reggie Bush and I had this conversation. We used to coach together. Then Reggie's like, dog, I need a special team. And I was like, I just want to take anybody on the team.
Right,
So he
right,
went his way, won his chip, and we went our way and did our thing. But
Marcellus, watch your step. You dropped a name.
Reggie, I'm just telling y'all who we coaching with. Man, I'm better coach than Reggie. What you acting like that's a come up? I'm better coach than Reggie.
Flexing.
No, we had that beef. We've actually been on camera beefing about who's a better coach. I am a better coach. But the point is, I think competition is coming.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm waiting because once it comes, it will never go away.
Right.
Like, so I'm protecting the kids in that respect. Yep. But these are pros we're talking about. And if LGM is stuck and Dwayne Wade's my boy and Bosch is his homie and I'm calling both of them, why am I looked down upon when every GM has been doing that from hello and some players, Jordan included, reap the benefits of that being done, whether he made that call or not.
I don't GM. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to call and bring people in. As a player, your job is to ball out.
No,
It's a difference.
now you
It's a
get narrow
difference.
to make a point.
It's the same thing we
You
just
getting
talked
real
about.
narrow to make a point.
All the players
I called
prior to that.
Marshawn to get him to come to the Raiders.
Thank you.
I
From the
called
LeBron
him.
era.
That's my boy.
Thank
like
you.
LeBron.
Tom Brady over there calling people right now to coach and play.
We
I
sitting
never
up at the
said it
house.
was-
I'm
I
like,
never
we
said it
sitting
was
up at the house.
bad,
I'm like,
though.
bro, you
I
should come
said he was
play
the
for your
first
home
one
team.
to
Come
do it.
back.
I didn't say it was
But
bad.
LeBron's not the first to do it. But all right, so you now you
LeBron
by
is the
yourself.
first,
You by
like, the
yourself,
biggest.
and LeBron's not the first. He's the
It
biggest
changed
name
the
to do it.
dynamic
Who
of
did
the
it before
land.
him?
It's
Well, he
like
just-
it's like doing the Cabbage Patch. Your sister wasn't the first to do it, right?
Right.
But then everybody like, oh yo,
But I'll do it this way.
But
It's
then-
a little bit
right,
different.
right.
So
Then
now you're the
B2K
first.
You know why his was the biggest though? It wasn't because it was LeBron. It's because he was losing.
No, it was
And
why
did
he. It was why
you don't
he
like
did it.
LeBron, dog. In any way it
I'm
goes,
not anti-LeBron.
You're not
I'm
pro.
pro Kobe. I'm not anti-LeBron though.
We're
So-
not. This is not LeBron conversation. At the end of the day, I understand.
I
what
hate
you're
when we
saying.
hang this on LeBron and everybody was trying to do it or actually benefited from it being
He
done.
shifted the culture.
He did.
shifted
He
it.
changed the landscape.
He put a
of,
face to what was already happening.
I agree. He changed the landscape.
Who
of
did it
pro
before
sports.
LeBron?
Jordan did it.
Where he brought people in.
You lose
I
Horace
don't.
Grant. How do you
Again, he
think
didn't.
this
But he
Robert just
didn't
show
do
up?
it like Jordan. He's saying he did it a different way.
He
'Cause-
benefited
Right.
from
So
it.
he was the first.
Who?
He was
Jordan?
the first to do it that way.
That
where it's
way.
like, I'm gonna bring other
He used-
stars
he
here.
used his
to
social
try to get
media
championship.
platform, right, of his
Why
popularity.
Dwayne Wade didn't do it? They all went to
Because
Miami.
Dwayne Wade's a winner. He got a ring before LeBron.
Wow.
No, but
He
Dwayne
won with what he had. He didn't call nobody for
I'm about to
help.
say why we don't hang this on Dwayne Wade? He the
Because
one that did
Dwayne
it.
Wade didn't call nobody for help. He's a winner.
Even though
he won on his
Shaq
own.
came to
Hold on,
Miami,
he didn't want to win more.
No, I'm saying he already won.
So no, but you
He
still
didn't say,
make a call.
LeBron, come help me, please. I need this.
No, it's not that. It's like
LeBron
LeBron.
did that.
I got one. Don't look like I'm gonna get another one. Come on.
Because he got one.
because Shaq,
He already proved himself.
But did he call Shaq to come help him get one?
No, Shaq
This
got
ain't,
second.
this
Shaq
ain't
got traded.
virginity.
He wasn't
He
there
act
when
like
he
he
got
proved
done?
himself. Like this ain't virginity.
And let's not.
Who's number two when Dwayne Wade won it? Who's number two? Who's the number two guy?
Shaq.
So he left him saying, okay.
I don't think it was LeBron. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. No, because Henry Thomas was the agent for Chris Bosh, Udonis Haslem, and Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, but when you talk to your agent, you say, hey,
And
call
Leon
such
Rose
such later.
and
That's how you
Henry
do it.
Thomas were good buddies. And from what I understood, it came from Dwayne Wade, and then Henry talked to Leon. Henry and Leon started CAA basketball together, and they put that all together.
Talk, OG.
It wasn't. I've never
Look
ever,
at him when you talk. Right here, like in Menace.
and Henry was a very good friend of mine. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I never heard that it was LeBron.
It don't make
Never.
sense.
I never heard that.
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Because you keep bringing up the Jordan, the Horace Grant Rodman thing. Like Rodman's name was in the mud at that point. Like he wasn't like bringing in Chris Bosh.
His game wasn't though.
but he would still get suspended. Like,
But his game
it
wasn't
it was a risk.
He was
It was
hard.
a risk.
And you know
it was a
the player-
bigger risk
it was a
than
risk.
thought
Well, wait,
reward.
Not to a player.
Well,
I
you know what,
agree.
Marcellus?
Players don't care about you in trouble. Like, dog, come here.
With Rodman,
Chill out.
Terry's right. With Rodman, Detroit actually rejected him. They didn't.
Yeah,
they said
yeah.
they didn't want him.
Yeah.
He went somewhere else after
he-
Detroit. San Antonio.
So he threw up the middle finger at Detroit and came to Chicago because of the rivalry.
Right.
No, he came 'cause of
Jordan didn't call him.
Yeah, the
First
rivalry.
of all, Jerry Krause didn't play that. Jerry Krause and Jordan hated each other because Jerry Krause thought it was him. Jordan was like, no,
I
you
didn't
ain't
say
scored
Jordan
no.
called him because first of all he had a Nino phone. They ain't calling that $900 a minute. Nigga, I ain't calling you.
Hurry up and come by.
But it happened, and you ain't blocking it because I think every player, when capable, is going to say, "I want to dictate what happens."
Yes.
LeBron with the trades, and do I want Connect? Do I want Mark Williams? Do I want Luka? Every player, when you got the hammer, you swing it.
Okay, but you guys just said 2 weeks ago that you guys don't think that LeBron knew Luka was coming.
No, I don't.
But it's the same thing.
He lost the hammer because he's 40
No,
and they about to give it to
he
Luka.
called
Yes.
and begged for Luka.
Nah. Let's
There's no
transition for time. Let's transition for time more than anything because that conversation can
LA
go. We're gonna bring that back.
Fakers.
Let's give Hatch a do the right thing.
LA
He won't anybody on his team. Can we announce that were you coaching yet? Or okay, you do it. then.
Huntington Beach High School. Here we come, baby.
Okay. Yes. Good job, brother.
Lego.
Huntington Beach haters.
Oilers.
Huntington Beach haters.
LA Fakers.
What are y'all?
Fakers.
Oilers?
Yeah, we
Oh,
know.
I can see that. Good uniforms, or y'all need to work on them?
You want to set up a
Well, if you guys show up to our golf tournament, we'll be able to raise money for our kids to come out and get new uniforms.
Yeah, them sorry ass kids he got.
Hey, you want to set
He
up a
talking
scrimmage?
about, I don't need no good players.
You want to set up a scrimmage?
We got to raise money for Huntington Beach
He gonna
High
have,
School.
he gonna have
halfway
8-year seniors out there. Those sorry ass.
Down there. Wait, we got to raise money for Huntington Beach.
That's
High
a good
School?
point.
Yeah.
It's a rich ass community.
I'm about to
What
say.
are you talking about?
Oh, we got-
Escargot anyone?
We on
He taking-
camera.
his salary taking it all. His salary
Oh,
taking it
what was
all.
your
Not
record
about
last
me.
year?
They went too deep in the playoffs.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, 1-14 team makes the playoffs now. So
No, they were. I think they were 7-5.
1-14 team
75?
won the
Yeah.
championship this past
We
year.
got the number 1 quarterback in the country in 27 class. So shout out to Brady going to committed to Ohio State a couple weeks ago. So we'll see you in the playoffs.
Oh, that take. No, we groupies. I swear I wasn't gonna go to none of this shit. As soon as I heard number 1 player, I was like, interested. He said Ohio State. I said, I'm there.
You need a tackle?
Oh, that's wild. Good stuff.
On camera.
All right. We keep you off because man, you got some big stakes now. I like it. All right. We got to talk about the NBA more, but we got to talk in this scope. The broadcasters. I don't know if y'all caught Draymond doing
Cooking.
Lord. I mean, cooking or burning up the house. I don't know. what he-
Burning down the
My
house.
question is, y'all run with it. Does the NBA have a broadcaster problem? People love inside the NBA, but they also are critical of Barkley, especially, always clowning the NBA. They're saying that's why the ratings are going bad. They're saying that's why the product looks so bad. Blah blah blah. Point is, does the NBA have a broadcaster problem?
I think the NBA is confused. They don't know what they want. They want to make this a fan-based product where you're totally invested in it. But then when the broadcasters are saying what the fans are thinking, they immediately are shutting it down. So that's why they fired Jeff Van Gundy. Because remember, he used to kill the NBA all the time.
That is true.
So they got him up out of there.
That is true.
And then, like you said, they mad at Charles Barkley because all he's doing is saying what everybody's already thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, same thing with Draymond. I think they just got to accept what it is, and everybody's not going to be there to bow down and kiss your feet and just listen to the people. I mean, it's that
I don't
simple.
like that. Well, let me say this. When Draymond was talking, my first thought was like, he's not being for real. Like, this is headline talk. That was my first thought. I don't even want to say he's not being authentic. I was just like, really? Like this, you know that you're going against the grain and you're really going in. But then I started to think, I was like, I like the authenticity, or at least the fact that he's like, look, this is what it is. I was like, you can't lift your booty up. But my thing is, I was like, I love the fact that he's saying it, but then I was like, but why are you saying it? Like, what's the win?
It was
What's the
hate.
end?
He was hating a little bit.
Is he mad because he didn't make it?
No, I think
He's setting himself up for a job down the road.
He that I think it was a little clickbait, but
He
I think
been doing it. He gonna be on Inside the NBA next once he retires.
True. Fact.
And he been setting himself up with these little comments. He know what to do.
I think it was more
That's a
hate.
good point.
I think it was hate
That's it.
because some of it might have been clickbait, but then I thought about the part when he was like, well, I had to work this hard to get on that all-star stage, and now these young guys, they get to just be there. And in my first 2 years, I wasn't able to do it. To me, that
wasn't
sounds
good
like
enough.
hate.
That is hate. You know why?
Like you wasn't, because you couldn't do it. Now you mad at them because they did.
When I played in the Pro Bowl, when you played in the Pro Bowl, we had to actually hit, and now they got flagged. Like, and
I don't care.
I
I would. They would have had it when I played. Now,
If you ain't
I
gotta
would have
go
sat
through
back
it
and
with
chill.
Oh, because he's still a player. He like, and he not there.
And he ain't that good to get there. He know he ain't going there again.
And he ain't a youngster like a rising, and he ain't the all-star. He caught in the middle.
And he's setting himself up for a job after the NBA.
No, I love that.
Plus,
I love that.
he sees his position and what he does becoming more and more obsolete. So what there's not a whole lot of room for Draymond's in the league anymore. People have different skill sets. You got to score. You got to run the court. You got to have different skill sets than what Draymond has. And he's rallying against and railing against the new type of player because that's not him. He's surrounded by it. I mean, Kuminga and Curry and even Jimmy Butler's, there's a place for that. But most teams don't have a Draymond Green, and they're not going to get one because
They don't need him.
His skill
They don't
set
need
doesn't do what the modern game brings anymore.
Exactly. And then what? Oh, go ahead.
What the media is supposed to do? They're supposed to help move the game along, right? So a regular person watching a basketball game, they don't understand the depth of it, right? So if somebody who knows basketball is pointing out the bad stuff, then the fan base is going to start looking at the bad stuff. Now they're saying, "Oh, you're right. That's not good." They don't know. So if somebody just says that was good, they would think just the opposite. So the more negative, I guess, media that they're going to have from the NBA side of it, that's why the fans are saying, yes, that this is bad. But before that, they wouldn't even know if it was bad or not.
See, the thing is time and place. He has his own podcast. He could say that on his own podcast. You don't get hired by the league to do All-Star Game.
You're right.
To get on the air and rail like that.
Yeah.
He was out of place.
To somebody he was out of place, obviously. But I think he's just doing it for his post career, like you said.
So I get why you say that, but then at that point it makes you pretty much a hired yes man. So just because they hired you,
he ain't gonna be that.
Right.
He's
just
not
because
gonna
you
be
hired
that.
me doesn't mean I gotta say everything you want me to say.
But
I'm
there's
still
a
entitled to
fine
get my
line.
opinion, and you hired me for my opinion.
But
I get both sides of it.
But what about
whereas-
decorum? Like, I'm not hiring you to take
It was
money
tacky.
away from me.
It was tacky.
Like, help me, help you.
No, it
Don't
was
help
tacky.
You.
Help
Help
you.
me.
Help me, help you.
Hurt me.
Yeah. I think it was tacky. I think he I get his message, and he could have said it a better way. It seemed like he went off the
wanted it.
rails.
Yeah,
Like,
he doesn't want to
and they
say
was
it
like
the
on a
better
scale
way.
of 1 to 10, he was like a 0.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Right.
I was like, you doing too much. It wasn't that bad.
You
Like,
Marcus
come on.
Jordan off the tracks now.
Right.
Like, next week, know
Yeah,
what
you're
it
just
is.
doing too much.
I mean, he's probably looking for ways like the ratings for the NBA are down. And the only way you can call this out is by calling it what it is and pointing out what the flaws are. And we can't be sitting there sugarcoating it why it's not working. So I'm not mad
Good
at him.
point.
I'm not mad at him for
Good
saying
point.
that.
He like, yo, taste the soup.
Yeah. Right.
No
It's, it's no good.
Yeah.
Well, you can sugarcoat it on All-Star Weekend. I'm sorry.
Well, the NBA wants you to sugarcoat it,
absolutely
and the
can.
players not
Because
going to
that's-
sugarcoat it because they're going to say what I
coming
want
to your birthday party and standing up with the microphone and telling everything bad against you.
Undressing me, right.
Or me giving a wedding speech as the best man at your wedding and saying, "Oh man, boy, I'm glad you getting married because that other night, Jack,
I would have never thought you'd get married the way you was doing that girl at your bachelor party.
Right? Oh damn, you didn't even take a shower.
You remember who was in, you remember at Columbia? You remember at Columbia? You know, in Columbia, Medellin.
Medellin.
She's
gotta get
still
there.
calling me trying to find you.
Nah,
It was
but
just
it's not
bad.
just Draymond. It's Barkley. It's like, dog, you know when something's bad, and if you care about it,
Right.
there's a certain point where you stop calling it bad because either you have a solution or you're gonna play this off until it gets good. You're not gonna just keep saying this sucks. Pay me my check, NBA, so I can keep going on air to say how bad this is, because you know that's gonna run dry.
I think Draymond is trying to take Barkley's spot. Because, you know, Barkley for years is talking about he's leaving.
He's still unsigned too.
I know, and
Barkley hasn't signed on yet.
I think he's just lining himself up, say, hey, I'm that same guy. Like, I'm the guy who vocal and can give you the opinions of that you don't necessarily want to hear, so he can slide in there. And I could be wrong, but didn't Draymond lose his deal for his podcast? Because remember, he used to do that after every game. He would go on live on YouTube or whatever, report, and now I don't see it no more.
Really?
So maybe this is his way of solidifying that new deal.
Oh, the volume and
fill that
Colin
spot.
Coward.
Is that again?
I say definitely trying to solidify a deal somehow, some way. And you heard Shaq at the end saying, "Hey, Ernie, we fired. Fuck it. Like, you remember this is over. Like, they already know they're on their way out. I think.
yeah.
Like,
Interesting. Well, I just know that the NFL doesn't suffer from this because, in part, not being a yes man, you ain't working for the NFL
If you ain't
network,
saying-
NFL
if you ain't
media.
saying what they want.
If you ain't
About the shield.
Yeah, you
Government.
ain't protecting the shield, as they say. The NBA don't care if you protect it. They're marketing individuals on the court and in the broadcast booth. That's fine, but dog, you can't let people go rogue. They can't just say anything. Like, I was sitting there, and my wife, she wasn't paying attention, but every time she would look up, she was like, they're shooting threes again. So she'll go back. I was like, baby, when you're not watching, Wemby is actually driving, right? The guy from San Antonio, he's sick, that youngster. Castle. He playing hard, right? And I'm like, baby, you're not paying attention. So then she's like, all right, I'll watch. And then it's halftime.
And they shoot threes again.
And then Draymond just lights it up. She's like, see? And I'm like, you just lost one. Like, she was on the fence. She kept peeking. I'm all in. You're not going to discourage me. It's the casual. And he going to lose all their casuals. And he don't do it like Barkley. I don't know if it's because Barkley's more likable, makes me laugh. But Draymond made me say, damn, I don't like this All-Star game no more.
Marcellus, can you do something one time?
What?
Sit MJ down and show him old basketball and see if it keeps his interest.
He likes, you know what he's most interested in? Olympic basketball. It's so weird. Maybe it's because
because it's an international rule.
It's an international game.
They move the ball.
It's moving. It's real basketball.
He loves that. Like, to the point, I don't love that. I hate college basketball. It's the worst. Pass. Shoot.
Shoot with 6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. And then international is not my flavor, but I get it. He loves it. And I'm like, damn, I like the NBA, but I sound like I'm a minority.
Kids like this game.
They do.
Not the majority of kids.
What are you talking about? You don't even know
The majority
no little kids. You don't know no little kids.
Kids do love three.
You don't know
They
any
do
little
love running
kids.
down and shooting threes.
Yeah.
Because one, it opens up for more kids to play.
Right.
Like, there's so
That's
many
the
more
reason.
sorry kids that are good in basketball.
Yes.
Because I can shoot.
Because they got a shot.
They got a shot.
chance.
If you drop
Big
the rim
boys.
to 6 feet, our kids would be dunking the ball. They wouldn't be shooting threes. They can't dunk. That's
They
the problem.
can't dunk.
They can't dunk.
They can't dunk.
It's not that they don't want to. They can't.
You're right. And so they can shoot threes.
But the older they get, when they start playing with taller kids at 16, 17, 18, then that skill set comes back, and then they go right.
But the reason why they don't want to dunk, they ain't trying to dunk. When we was growing up, we watched the dunk contest. I used to have them damn shoes. My big ass had them damn shoes. I'm walking.
You want to pump your shoes?
I'm walking everywhere. 'Cause I was trying to touch the backboard.
I remember those.
In high school, I could tap like a mug.
Yep.
Once I got to college, I was able to dunk. I couldn't wait to come back home and go back to the gym with the homies and show them I could dunk. Like, these days, they growing up seeing threes. That's why they want to shoot threes. They ain't seeing stuff coming.
You didn't need those souls to jump back.
But he was
big.
He was big.
I was big.
He was a big boy. Big Barkley. Like Big
They
Barkley.
used to call me Baby Barkley. Big Barkley back then.
No, they didn't. Did they?
Hey,
No fact check.
To the story.
Go fact check. All state and all league first team basketball and football.
Where? What high school?
CIF first team. St. Bernard's High School.
Really?
First team.
You went
Yeah,
to
played
Bernard's?
against Westchester.
Oh yeah.
Played
You
against all
saw me
them.
back off when you
Played
said.
against Sarah.
On the set.
What? How much did you weigh in high school for real?
I was probably about 285, 295.
That's a
I was
good
athletic.
time.
He want to answer his
I ain't start playing football.
shot.
I ain't start playing football the sophomore year of high school. I played basketball. Dad played basketball in college, so I played basketball going.
That's why you.
That's why my feet were so good. I was able to pick it up so well.
Being
Yeah.
an athlete.
Damn.
Yep.
6'5", 300, basically 285.
Yeah, I was
That's
nice,
a perfect left tackle in high
Could
school.
you dunk in high school?
No, I couldn't dunk till I got to college. I was tapping the shit out that backboard. Though.
That's what I was doing in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's just as good as a dunk, though, back then. That's just as good.
That's what we used to do.
Back in the day, for sure.
Rob. All right, guys, let's get into this
double
topic.
tap.
Ooh. Here, I always call it the double tap. That's funny you say that. The double tap is like, excuse me. Well, Nick Wright, who we know from Fox, FS1, now one of the faces of the network.
Who you know? We don't know.
Y'all don't know who Nick Wright is?
The
with the long hair?
face. He's
I
like
love
the
Nick
face.
Wright.
Well, Colin is.
Nick Wright, one of.
Yeah.
Colin's the guy, and
Yeah.
then Nick Wright is going to be next, if not now. He was at a Super Bowl party, and Jalen Hurts' mom walked up to him. It's like, basically, you talking about my son a little wrong, negative. He going to win the Super Bowl tomorrow. What you going to say then? They had a great, positive, animated conversation. They broke it down. But it's really for us, the fathers and coaches and all of us. We got kids. They're growing up. I got a 25-year-old, so I've been through this process. And you got older kids. Somebody gonna critique your kid. If your kid's worth his weight in gold, he gonna get criticized. How do you handle it? Oh God, I can imagine this. How would you handle it? How do you handle
y'all
the
go
kids
right ahead.
getting killed by the media, by the critics?
You know what? we just went through this. Because my daughter, you all know, my daughter runs track. And she was a 4-time high school All-American, blah, 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 blah.
Damn.
And she got to college. She's a freshman in college, runs at Berkeley in the ACC. And she started out the season running slow. But it was because they broke down her mechanics and basically started her from scratch.
Right. What events?
She's a sprinter. So indoor 60 and the 200, outdoor 100, 200. And she loves running the 400 too, but they don't want her to because they want her to sprint.
Okay.
But somebody was saying that she was running slow because she had a boyfriend and that boyfriend was flying her out to visit him and just made all this shit up. Stuff that it never
She never
happened.
visited a boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
No.
Damn.
And
I'm just.
and no,
I mean,
not at all.
They
Please,
went a lot of
no.
stories and they went that.
Not at all.
No, please, no.
No, but
Do you have Find My Location on your phone?
my Mama Bear does.
I know she does.
So, and Mama Bear went berserk.
But why?
On a reporter?
It wasn't a
Why?
report. It was somebody that.
It's a story made up that you guys can't control. Why would you guys have any
Why your
opinion-
blood pressure getting up?
Right. Why would you have any opinion? Because again, we
Well,
go through
because
this-
it's your kid, Hatch.
But that's what happens
What-
when they're in the limelight. Do you guys not understand what you're getting when she goes to college and become a college athlete?
This was a learning lesson, though. First
It is a learning lesson for the
It
parent.
definitely is.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, but why
Listen,
get it?
you asked how it would get handled if it happened. I'm telling you how it did get handled when it happened.
It shouldn't get handled though.
Okay, I'll get.
Hey, man.
Because
I want to hear that
because the
hypothetical
coach-
shit. You sound real comfortable right now.
Right. How many kids you got? How many kids you got?
And we handled it too, right?
So
You want to know what happened, how I got handled, and the finishing results I got.
Hatch ain't got no kids.
Exactly.
Hatch ain't got no kids.
Again,
So-
I have
so-
this conversation all the time with parents because they're talking about their kids, and my perspective is of a person who doesn't have kids, so I'm trying to give them a different perspective.
I respect that.
Right.
But you tell them how to cook. Meanwhile, they are just dripping with gravy all on them.
No.
And you just walking in the kitchen saying, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. I
No,
would do that."
no,
and
because
Hatch, nobody who doesn't have kids can tell me how to parent.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
Just got
no,
just got deep.
and not even
That's one
trying-
thing that you just do not understand
not
until
try-
you
but
do it.
my whole point is
Period.
not trying. I have
Yeah, those ain't your sons, Hatch.
I'm
Them little
definitely not
Oilers
trying
ain't
to
your
teach you how to
kids.
parent, right? But
Shut up.
I'm not.
Shut up,
I will
Coach. Go
never,
say it, man.
I will never teach you how to, or can't teach you how to parent, but I can teach you how to have a relationship with a college athlete, because what is out there, you guys have to understand, they're not on your side.
Good
it's
point.
you and your daughter against the world. And until you guys understand that, you guys are always going to have some weird story made up that's going to come in between you guys. And before you know it, you guys are going to be arguing about something that doesn't even exist.
Ooh.
And you guys don't need to do that, is all I'm saying, because if you take whatever comes out in the world, those 20 stories or 20, the bigger she gets, it's going to be 20,000 stories. You can't fight it. So you might as well start now on teaching her how to, or as a family, on how to handle these situations, because the bigger she gets, the more you guys are going to have issues if you guys don't know how to handle it in the first
Man,
place.
drop that mic, Hatch. That's real shit.
Listen, like,
Damn.
As a parent, your reaction is always to protect your kids. And that's the reaction that you don't have in what you're saying right now, because you don't have that feeling in you.
No,
Hatch.
but does
You feel what I'm
protection
saying?
mean attack?
But
Right.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Relax.
So sorry.
Relax.
You're right.
Because me as a player, when I played, I used to read that stuff, and that stuff used to motivate me. And I used it as motivation. Like, I used to read stuff like that. Oh, I'm about to go out here and kill this motherfucker. They don't think I could do this. Like, I used to use that motivation. And with my son, I don't know how I'm going to react now, and I'm glad you brought it up, because now it has me thinking. And because stuff like that is going to come up, because I'm hoping he's going to be that guy.
Right.
You know, he's getting his little offers now, and we're already hearing little whispers because he got 2 little offers. Oh, that's because Pops. That's because Pops. No, the first one was because Pops. Second one, I had nothing to do with it. They don't even know that shit, though. You know, but we are hearing little whispers like that because of what I did. But he's out here putting in his work, too, and he's getting his own stuff. But it is going to be crazy, because as a parent, I might react just like you. I'm now thinking of it. I'm about to go in there and really think because I have to give my son the tools.
And you run hot.
exactly.
Handle it.
I do.
You run hot.
That's why.
That's
why.
Run hot.
Since you're
And
the
you
parent,
don't run hot.
Yes, I do.
But who are you responding to?
Yes, I do.
Was this an article?
No, these are
Some people?
the people in the track community.
which
This
don't
was
even-
people in the track
Yeah,
community.
trying to get you off your square, OG.
That part.
Yeah,
A little
but-
jealousy,
yeah,
a little.
exactly.
but
But
another-
and Hatch, I agree with you. You can't react to everything, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna react.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, it just doesn't. Especially because then in her mind, she's thinking. I mean, talking about Mama Bear, she's thinking, all right, why is this grown man even thinking about my daughter's dating life? Second of all, he doesn't know anything about her track life. Third of all, we're constant contact with the track program, and they don't even want her thinking about her times. They want her healthy and getting faster to be the face of the franchise for the future.
Yeah.
And that's what we went in there doing and knowing.
Yeah,
but
again,
but it brought out a visceral reaction from
You
my
have
ex.
to-
Like she
you have
was
to-
fighting, man.
you have
So
to.
it wasn't that she was running slower because she got broken down in form. It was because the excuses or the reasons they said that weren't true. Because it's like one thing, it hurts to hear that you're not doing well. Because it hurts you first. So
Right.
then it has somewhere to attack. It has somewhere to attach. Like athletes know first that we're messing up. And then we're the last to acknowledge it. We're the last to say it. But we know it. What hurt more? Was it the lie or was it the fact that she ain't running well?
It was the lie. No,
Okay.
because according to her head coach and her sprinting coach, she's running just fine. She's on track.
Yeah, but you
and
know
she's doing
that they say that when they building you up so that you don't lose confidence while you sorry.
Well,
Like you know what I mean? They be like, oh,
well, here, well, and again,
no, I ain't
if-
running good.
well, no,
If
I
I'm-
mean
if
it
I'm
was
gonna
it
give
was
you-
a it
if
was
I'm
a
gonna give you
literal.
the real, right? Again, going into this process, which all your parents going into college, you guys should have somebody you're consulting with. You should know that you're going to be horrible as a freshman.
Yeah.
You're going
Exactly.
to, so whatever comes out during your freshman, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be the worst. You're going to be this. If we go back and look at your rookie tape,
No.
I was horrible. They should have never put me on the field.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I feel looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
it. And then you have
Might have
to
been
work
yours,
to
not
get
mine.
better.
Right.
Any high school kid who was at the top and then going to be a freshman who's at the bottom, you're going to go through this 100% of them. And the reason we've always had these conversations is because we've seen these kids go through a lot more depression and anxiety than the society is really giving them credit for. Like they're going through this stuff as soon as they get on campus because they've never been failures before. Now they're failures in front of the world.
Yeah.
So what
Bigger
the extra
audience.
stuff that they're going to put on them, you guys have to make that tight because the world, we don't care what none of them say. It's only what the family
Absolutely, I
says.
agree with you 100%.
Can we get you to declare you will never respond to this?
Yes.
I would
Promise-
love that.
Promise me.
Oh,
That's my goal.
listen.
He won't. He don't know about Mama Bear.
I didn't.
Yeah.
He won't, but he
I
don't know
won't.
about Mama Bear.
I didn't respond to it
Okay.
because
Emotionally,
just
not physically,
I'm not
emotionally.
even getting into all of that. I'm not even gonna start that argument. I'm not gonna do it. And she was super fired up. You know what I mean? And I was just like, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care what that dude says.
And
You know
me
what I
as a-
mean?
But me as a father too, I think my reaction might be a little tougher if it was my daughter than my son too. To my son, I'm like,
'Cause you
hey,
try
gotta
to
be
protect her a little more.
Exactly too.
Yeah.
And then another thing, see, your stuff was false. See, like some of the stuff I've been in the media, I'm like, damn, he right on the head. Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
hit
fuck.
dog.
Truth
Damn.
hurts. Truth
Like,
hurts
because
more.
sometimes,
Yeah.
like, and that was with my son too, and he reacted. I'm like, bruh, that's real.
That means you got to go
But like I
work on
told
it.
you, I use that as motivation because sometimes I'm like, damn, how you know everything I did? Man, that dude good. Like and I get the thing, he asked me a question, I gotta honor it, even though in the back of my head, I'm steaming. But I can't let him know I'm steaming because he right on it. He hit the
Yes.
hammer on the head. So I gotta. But then if it is something that was some false stuff that's said or something, I'll correct that. But when it's somebody, you gotta be respectful. And I gotta hit it on the head. Oh yeah, you right. I do gotta get better at that, and then I'm gonna go work at that.
Yeah, and I think what hurt her more than anything is it was a complete made up lie. It had no
Most
factual
of them
basis
are.
at all.
Yeah, all right. So it's a communication conversation I see too because I've only went through this once with my oldest, but she was no star. She was really good, but no star. But my three little ones, I'm gonna see how they turn out. But if you tell them and you talk about everything that's real, then when someone comes and says something that's real, it loses its sting because it's like We already talked about that. Like I tell my son, you never go right. You know what I mean? So if somebody ever clown like, dog, all you can do is go left. I'm like, yeah. Remember what we talked about yesterday? So any of those conversations. So it's almost like if we're honest with our kids, the only people that can try to get them are the liars. And then we shouldn't even be listening to them. So then it's all good. Am I correct in that? My mindset is like, I'm telling them, I tell my kids, I undress my wife. I say, undress me, please. If I got a booger, tell me. Like, don't play anything off because this world is on attack. And they're looking to hit you for real.
Yeah.
But the lies, Marcellus, you short. Man, move. Marcellus, you skinny. Man, move. Marcellus, you a little bit. Whoa. But then I looked in the mirror yesterday. I already know. So I wish we, as you said, can be more healthy in terms of if it's real, you should already really be about it and knowing it. And if it's not, it shouldn't even touch it.
Isn't the first sign of mature? Well, I guess the biggest sign of maturity is not emotionally reacting to things when you hear them. And but as a
That's one of them
10,
steps.
12, 14, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Right? But as you get to the 18s, the 20s, national stage, you have to know how to handle it in today's world, especially if you're going to be on this.
If you're on that device.
Especially if you're going to be looking at your own people say something good about you, bad about all those. Like I never looked at anything because I knew I couldn't handle it. Like any write-up, I would save all the stuff for the off season and then read it in the off season and then use that for my off season motivation. But during the season, I couldn't look at stuff like that.
Man, I got this one thing I regret so much, man. I was playing for the Raiders, and I'm leaving after the game. It's a tough loss. We just lost to San Diego. I think we had to,
Again.
I think we had to win
Had
one.
3 sacks by Marcellus Wiley.
We had to win one of those games to make the playoffs and stuff. So I'm leaving the stadium, and a fan threw a water bottle at my car.
Oh, come on.
And I'm in my Rolls Royce.
And he was in your rolls.
I rolled down the window.
And threw another one at you.
Nah, and I looked, and the fan was like, it was me. I threw it. Like, and what? Like, and my dumb ass, I got out of the car. I wish I never did. I got out of the car and walked over there.
News, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a video. It's out there. One thing I wish that I could have back because I still see it. It disgusts me to this day that I still see it. Because I went there, confronted him, and got in a verbal match. I could have hit him. I'm glad I didn't, but I got in a verbal match, and that shit blew up, went viral. Yeah. And come to find out, this dude was trying to extort me for money, wanted me to hit him, but it's just like, I just wish I never got out that car and did that because I could still, people still come up and show that video sometimes. It just disgusts me so much.
But why'd you get out?
Anger.
You're a man.
Anger. Feeling myself. I was the man right there. I'm about to go handle this.
The man in him.
Now hold on. All right, you driving out of a parking lot. So there's 70, 80,000 people leaving, right? Right?
Well, it's towards the end of the game. Players parking lot. After I left.
Yeah, players parking lot. All right, so 10, 20,000 people still there.
Well, we had one little lane for us with our cars that they got blocked off.
Something hits your car.
Water bottle flies across the windshield. Yep.
Windshield. So you had all windows up and it hits your car.
I had my windows cracked, yeah.
Do you stop?
Yep, I stopped.
You stop.
Rolled
and
the
then
window down.
Your first thought is what? Who did it?
Yeah, I looked over there. Then I was
Why
like,
do you care who did it? It's done. See, that's the difference.
That's why I said I wish I could go back.
Well, you think he ain't mature?
I wasn't thinking like that right there.
Like that first.
But why do
why you gotta do that, dog? Like, come on, man.
That's a nice car, though.
Hey, be the ones closest to you.
Like,
be on.
All right, have you ever read the Bible? And I ain't trying to make nobody religious-fied,
but no, it's something I'm telling you, I wish I didn't do. I'm telling you, it's something I wish I. I'm admitting that I'm wrong. That I wish I. Now I rethink stuff a lot. Like even with my road rage now, I let so much shit fly now.
Wait a minute, your road rage now?
Yeah,
I got road rage too.
I don't do all that yelling, cussing out the thing, middle finger. Like I don't do that stuff no more. Man, that stuff is crazy now. But back in that day, I wasn't.
No, I want to walk through these
caught up
steps
in that moment.
Just because somebody's gonna be watching, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's how I'm getting there." Like that's the like. So you stop, and in this moment, you got two choices. Either A,
I wasn't thinking like you're thinking, like how you breaking
I know you
down.
weren't,
Okay,
but I'm about to find out how you were.
God damn it!
So you can stop, and I know if somebody hit my car with a water bottle, everything up, I'll be like, but it's done now. Now I'm like, okay, everything I do after this point is not going to reverse the water hitting my car. What were you thinking by finding out if he did it or he did it? What was going to come from that? What were you thinking?
No, I don't think I was gonna get security guard or something then. But at the end of the day, now thinking, my best decision should have been to just keep fucking driving.
Just keep going.
And I wish I'm thinking like the way you're breaking it down. I wish I was thinking like that. And in that moment, I wasn't. So I'm ashamed of that moment.
Yeah.
And it's something I wish I could take back, but I can't because it's viral now and everything's there. And it's something I'm very ashamed of. And it's something like now, where I'm at now, and after that, as a learning lesson, I would take those approaches. And I would probably just be like, fuck, I'm keep going.
You're grown.
Exactly, you know, but
and
that's why I was bringing the example up. So maybe hopefully somebody watching this,
I love that.
y'all can learn from that, and take those steps because be down on the good stuff I did because I done a lot of good stuff.
I'm taking this outside with me. Where's your car?
It's right outside.
But see, we also we
black
kind
Tesla.
of veered off of the subject matter.
Yep.
Because
He
we
didn't
were
catch
talking about a
that.
parent's reaction
Yep.
to protecting their child.
Let's go. I know.
And there's nothing like a parent's love to protect their child.
car,
So
too.
whether it's right or whether it's wrong, a parent's gonna.
Marcellus is saying about the conversation, though, you're not protecting them, right? We're talking about the Jalen Hurts thing. She's not protecting Jalen, right? She can't protect him. He's saying how involved should the parent be? And what I'm saying is not at all. Go sit back, be a parent, and watch from the stands.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. She shouldn't have said nothing to him. She should have sat back and let him do his job. That's not her place. I know I probably feel Jalen, if I was him, I'd be a little embarrassed about it too. But
Mama
if
Bear
that was-
gonna do that.
That's what I was just about to say. If
Mama
that-
Bear gonna
my
do
mom
that.
rest in peace. If my mom was still around and she was able to be in those things, my mom might have said something too.
Yeah.
I also think there's layers to it. The two is the age and how it affects your kid. So if you got a younger kid and somebody says something and you see that it affects them a certain way as a parent, I feel like the mature side is like, yeah, don't say nothing.
How
But
young
when
you
you
talking
see your
about?
kid is affected a
How
certain
young?
way,
How young? That's a big deal. How young? 9,
I'ma
10,
say
or 16,
I'ma say
17?
under, like, I think 16 and under, you might as a parent need to step in and say something because that's informative years and your kid can really, your kid can react and it can go left quickly based on how they deal with it. Now you may have the kid where if you've built them up to, like you said, to withstand that. Like I've already been honest with you, so whatever you hear you don't pay attention to, but every kid is not like that.
12 and 13 is
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
If they
If-
get negative talk,
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
At 12, 13, that's tough.
And I gotta
Now-
look at it from a
but
different.
also-
I gotta look at it from a different angle too. Jalen, her mom's been getting a lot of pub and a lot of publicity because of her beauty and everything else. So you know she feels herself and feels
Who,
that she's a
Jalen
You
top.
took a left.
Huh?
Jalen Hurts, mama?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I thought we were talking.
really?
No,
You don't
see them,
Jaden
you
Daniels.
ain't,
No,
you
I
ain't seen that new
Hurts
dude on
mom.
TikTok that be.
I seen Daniels.
Yeah, I
Judge
seen
Auto.
him, but I ain't never
Mom,
seen him
she
do
be
Jalen.
top, but she had a
Okay.
couple more interviews and stuff before all this.
Okay.
And you know that starts going to your head to where you feel like you can speak up on things that you don't think
That's
you can speak
exactly
up
why
before.
it's not about ball. That's why
But
you don't
the
say
flip
nothing.
side, that's why I said the two
Yeah.
layers. The other one is age though, because if your kid is in the league, he done been through all of this already. He didn't
Thank you.
dealt with it in
He
high
got
school. You
benched
dealt with this in college.
he got benched in
benched
national
in
championship
So at
game,
this
mama.
point, he a grown man.
Yeah.
You saying nothing is not helping the situation.
Unfortunately,
in any capacity.
most of the time, the parents are making it about themselves.
Mom's gonna be mo- that's-
99.9%
it's a mom's thing, though,
of the
'cause you see the
time.
dad didn't say that.
I seen dads do the same thing. What's his name's going through it right now? What? John Morant's going through it right.
Well, he
right?
always,
We got that
he
combo
always
coming.
did too much though.
We got that combo. Say that right there.
So-
Transition.
Oh, transition.
No. I want to read this. This is something that really kept me from fighting. I've only had 3 fights in my life.
How many you
and
win?
2 of them were started by them. And so it's like self-defense. And then one of them I could have walked away. We kind of walked through
In
a
your
walkway
life?
together.
In your life.
In my life. And this is, I'm telling you what saved me, and it maybe saved some kids. I didn't know it was Romans 12:20. So I was religified growing up. My grandma took me to church all the time. I love, whatever your higher power is, tap into your inner power, find it. But the Bible helped me. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. I remember hearing that, and I was like, somebody mad at me, and then I'm supposed to be mad too. That's how this world works.
Right.
Ryan Clark, he mad at me. I'm like, all right, you want something to eat? And then he like, no, I want to fade. I'm like, no, I ain't got that for you. I'm not feeding you that. I'm gonna hook you up. And anybody out there, when he threw that water bottle, you know what he wanted? He wanted you to give him
React.
all the
Yep.
negative attention so he could
Yep.
get that extortion going. And then you actually gave him a little, but you didn't give him much. You just gave him the words, thankfully. And once you don't do, it's basically saying, if I swing at you
And you don't swing back.
don't hit me back,
Yes.
guess what's going to happen?
He gonna deal with you.
Oh, yeah, he got you. And it's going to come down harder than any punch I got. And that's why I usually walk away from stuff. And that's, in this world, that gets connotated as punk.
Of course.
Connotated as soft.
Of course.
And I'm the softest, hardest dude I ever met. Because I walk away from all that BS. Because I'm like, dog, he already did it. And if we don't, as parents, teach our kids
To walk away.
walk
from
away. Man, like you said, a kid's life could get hijacked like that.
yeah.
At 14 around a bunch of knuckleheads.
Yep.
What you gonna do? You see these videos, these kids be stomping a kid out.
Yep.
Dog, that's assault. That
Yep.
is intent to kill. Them cats
Yep,
be
yep.
getting locked up.
Yep.
And it be a star player just like, oh, I'm with the homies.
Because
too.
he's doing it because he saw somebody else do it.
Right?
The homies doing it, trying to, just like that little kid in Philly that killed the one that's supposed to aspiring basketball player, killed Gilly's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but he on the internet facing posting guns with the Joker mask, and then he
Right.
gets killed.
Yeah,
It's, just- it's crazy. I mean, it really is. But now that is a good thing. Like I tell him, I ain't gonna say my age, but y'all are. But hey, I can go the rest of my life without getting in a fight, and I'll be fine with it. Like I'm cool.
As well you
I'm
should.
Cool. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. Like I don't need to ever get to that part of my life. I'm thankful for my son. You know, he hasn't been in any fights and stuff like that. Like he's a good cool kid. Everybody likes him. You know.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between taking up for your high school kid or you know, kids are being 26, 27 is a huge difference from being 18, 19.
Absolutely.
And I think you do need to protect them past 14 to some degree. 14 is really young, Hatch.
No, I agree.
So getting, you know, everybody at your high school's parents are probably protecting them.
Absolutely.
Even the seniors and going in the
Yep.
that's still a very fragile time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And you know,
All them Oiler mamas gonna be like,
you know, and
there's gonna be some heat up there though. Let me just say, boy,
and here's already
I'm going to every home game.
Here's what you're,
And
don't
the-
forget
and the-
what you're,
and
what you're talking about though, because people have to understand
And
when
we
you're
gonna
talking
scrimmage at
about
your
like
Hell yeah.
16 and younger, when you're dealing with like adult coaches and mentors in these kids' lives, a lot of those people are just not, you know, I'm going to coach this kid this year. Like they take seminars and read books and watch podcasts. They know how to handle a young kid. So when you hear a 14-year-old get, I guess, cursed out or whatever from somebody else, like that's rarely happening. But when it does, that's a huge problem in the community. You see what I'm saying? But just don't be that parent.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Well, they're kids, and then you progress. You've been a player. You've been cursed out. You became a player in the NFL. Then you become a coach who may continue the vicious cycle. You may be hard on the kids, whatever it may be.
Oh man, you talking about me, man? I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's part of the job. Like, look,
working on it.
you know, we've been through it, so it made us. So then you think it's a main ingredient, essential ingredient to making the next, right?
You know, and some of them don't respond like that too.
Oh no, not everybody want to get cursed out.
No,
It
everybody's
took me
different.
It took me a lot, you know, because with high school I'm at, you know, a little bit of bougie, you know, kids came from different areas. But one thing I do love about the high school is that the athletic director and principal, they back me up. You know, they know us how to love. They know. But I from my first year to last year, I really had to die down a little bit because I was on these kids like I came up. I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
They ain't
these kids
different
Going
though.
home to
She ran
nice
at your
houses.
school, Penn. She
Oh
ran
yeah,
at your
see,
school.
so yeah. So I'm like,
Calabasas.
these kids coming from different places. They're not. Football's not life for them. Like it was.
You can't
for me.
tell
Like,
kids what
my
to do.
mom
You got to
told
tell them
me
the
if-
why now.
Yeah,
It's
my
a
mom
total
told me,
different type of
hey,
kid.
if you don't get
That
scholarship,
was a
you gotta
bar.
go JC. Because I paid your sister's college. I don't got it. So I knew I had to get scholarship no matter what. So I was out there going to fight. But yeah, I really do have to like tell down the way I scream and yell at these kids because there are other ways to still get the most out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Without doing that. And it took me a while to learn that. I ain't gonna lie. It really took my whole first year of coaching to learn that. And then this past year was, I really got a good understanding. I can't wait for next year.
Say what you said again, Hatch, because that need to be said cleanly.
Yeah, no. So again, most kids nowadays, you can't tell them what to do, right? You have to tell them the why. If you back in the day, go run, we go run. Go do this, we would go do this. Nowadays, it's not like that. You got to give them the why, what's behind it, and then when they understand it, then they'll go do it with 100% of their energy.
Or showing them that it worked. Like I be able to show film me. Like once I remember.
You show them film of you? Don't do that.
I'm teaching them.
Don't do that.
I'm teaching them.
Don't do that.
Stupid. They're like, man, this mama.
I'm teaching them. Hey, I'm
That's you?
teaching them.
Oh.
No, because let me explain though why. It's a method to my madness. I'm teaching them the stuff, and they're not believing the stuff that I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
yeah.
then I went out there and I showed them
On film, this is how
me
it's done.
exactly doing. The other guys doing the exact same steps I'm teaching. They're like,
Oh,
I'm
it
telling you,
works.
after that, it started going. I've even showed them. I showed them bad plays too of me. Like, hey, shit, coach.
Yeah.
You know, it
Right here,
happened.
Marcellus
It
Wiley killed me on the edge right there.
happened.
Still didn't get the sack.
Hatch jumped out that hole right there.
Hey, to that combo right there. I don't get hot with these kids, but I do get, I get perturbed when I see a kid not give me effort, and I see a kid not have the right values. Like sports is gonna teach you about life. So if you're not doing this right, and you ain't trying, I'm like, damn. I'm literally feeling like I'm your parent sending you outside the house who's about to get beat up. Yeah. Like the world's gonna destroy. And I'm like, I can't let it happen. You will never go through your life saying, those 3 weeks with Wiley or 6 months, he let me get away with it. Now, they still are kids. They're not perfect by any stretch. And I got this one issue going on right now, other than effort. And it's just focus with the kids. They wanna try, you know that. They're young. There's been 2 kids in the last 2 weeks. We haven't lost the game yet, and they go through the line and they don't want to touch their hands. They don't want to say good game. And I call their little asses out, boy. I mean, I'm the mean granddaddy you hate. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna shake hands?
Okay.
And then, okay. I said, I'm never forgetting you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then you just hit it when you said, you can't tell them what to do. You got to tell them why. Because they both looked at me, and one of them, their parent came. I said, you don't want me to help your kid? You want your kid to just be the kid? When we win, we happy. When we lose,
we're not.
you.
Right.
I was like, you want that? And he looked away, and he walked away. What the hell is these kids doing? Like, is there a new world where?
Absolutely, it's a new world.
Where is this from? My coach would have slapped me, and my mama said, slap him again.
Slap them again.
Yes.
It ain't that time no more.
How, Sway?
That was a direct
changed.
reflection on their parents and the parenting
And for him to walk
and
away
what's
and
going
not-
on in their
Dog,
own
they
household.
looked at me like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
why would I teach my son that?
Right.
yeah.
So shocked it happened at Sports Academy too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've been through it
Kids
before.
are different.
These kids, boy.
If the
that
parent
was
is
kinda like being
entitled,
number
the
6
kid's
in the
gonna be
league.
entitled. It just kind of,
Yeah.
They seeing that firsthand. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to start at home. By the time you get to the field, that should already been ingrained in their mind that we don't do that.
And again, there's a thing I talk about with a lot of parents. It's called the kitchen table talk, right? There's nothing more sacred than somebody's kitchen table, right?
Yeah.
Those are things that happen at 6 and 8 at the kitchen table. This is how we handle these types of situations. If those things have not been happening at the age of 14, it's too late.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
gone.
Those
Hatch,
kids
I'm
is
having
just
dinner
gone.
at the kitchen table tomorrow night with my kids. I ain't done that in a minute. You really brought that back. No, I'm serious. I have not had
Y'all
dinner
been
with
eating
my
somewhere,
kids.
mother.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a good kitchen table with no TV. No, I need to do that. I'm gonna do that. 'cause
Nah,
I'm planning on
I
cooking
know.
tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's
I
not
need
as
to do
common
that,
no
man.
more.
Just to because I got the round table where we always sit at, but the TV's right there. Like, that's a good
Well, again,
idea,
that's
man. Just
why
having a good little talk.
the way we grew up, it
Yeah.
was kitchen table, and now the way
I ain't
they
gonna say
grew
I'm
up,
doing it
it's
often,
more-
but I need to do it. I need to
Yeah.
incorporate that a couple more times.
All right, let's get into this convo. He gonna have some boar tomorrow. Baby, we're having boar. Aaron Rodgers.
It's a boar. Yeah, big ball.
Not BORE.
BOAR.
We're gonna paddle boar. Aaron Rodgers, man, this is interesting because I know it's probably gonna divide us.
It's over.
He reportedly, after they said we're moving on from you, Aaron, before they said they were moving on, pleaded and start begging, beg and plead for his sympathy to get can I keep this job? And there were conversations about Aaron, stop going on McAfee, stop talking, stop doing all this extra stuff. And then this comes out as a report. So I know we were just talking and you were like, well, you're a man, that's why you jumped out the car. Well, if you're a man, is it cool to beg for your job? If you, Aaron Rodgers, is it okay to get undressed and then say, I'll do anything to keep this job. How would y'all handle that situation? They want you out the door unless you obey these list of demands.
It depends on who has the leverage and what time of your career is it, right? Aaron Rodgers had that leverage 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
2 years ago.
About
2 years ago. He don't have it no more.
He did.
Period.
And imagine the list of the rules, though. You know, shit, I remember when I got released by Tampa, I didn't want to get released.
Yeah.
What
year is this for you?
This was 2014 when I signed with the Raiders, but it was the best thing. I had a new regime come off the worst year of my career, and I knew that, and I was just willing to work as hard because I knew that wasn't me. And they brought in a new coach, and they called me. I remember the first coach called me before they cut me. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this all off season, you know, trying to make everything sound good.
I'm working out.
Yeah, no, serious. And then when free agency hit, they got other tackles in and stuff. I'm like, oh, it ain't looking good. Then, you know,
ain't nothing worse than you in practice and somebody look better than you.
No,
because you don't get
why
to
was
yourself.
at home? No, they visiting people in.
Oh, they already in.
You hear reports of negotiation stuff. I'm like,
He
shit.
look good.
I'm
know
like,
what I
man,
mean?
you know, I'm making a nice amount next year. I ain't trying to. You know, I'm trying to like, hey, give me another chance. So when they hit me to release, it was too late. But I remember I was talking to the O-line coach, like, hey, I'm doing this, doing that. You know, making everything sound good, which I was doing because I was coming off one of my worst years of my career. But they it's bad when they don't want you. When you can tell.
Did you beg?
Huh?
Right.
Did you
Would
beg?
When he called to release me, it was too late. When he
Release
called
the
to release me.
manhood in you, man.
No, when he
Tell me what you say.
Now you
Nah, by the
released it
time-
when you begged.
By the time they called to release me, it was too late. You know, I don't know what conversation.
Begging ready, and they
Were
beat you to
you
it.
Begging
No,
don't
my
never
agent had
work.
conversation with him before about other stuff, but you know, my begging was in the way of telling the O-line coach, talking to him, telling him all the stuff I was doing, you know, stuff I wouldn't normally do.
That was your version of
more
it.
communication during the off season than normal.
Right,
With the new coach, with the new coach that I just had. Yeah, you know, hey, I'm working out. Hey, look at this little video throwing up, you know, stuff that I wouldn't normally do. My coach wouldn't hear from me during the off season.
That's a privilege to even get an opportunity to beg. Because I got cut twice, and neither time did they even call me to let me beg. They were like, "Man, get out of here."
So I was gonna say, begging, unless it's for a woman, with a woman, it ain't never gonna work in your favor. Because
does it work with women?
I mean, you can mess up,
Just
just beg
a
your
tip?
way back in. That happens. that happens. that happens too. He'd be like, so proving my point, with a woman, it works.
You got two choices.
Everybody been there.
You got two choices.
So it can work. But with a job, by the time you got to beg for it, they already made their decision. They already know they stepping away from you. You can say all you want, even if they decide to keep you. It's only going to be for a short amount of time.
It's for the
You're
wrong
still gonna be
reason.
out
Time,
there.
yeah.
So you might as well just take
you
your
know, one of
dignity
the-
and go.
But one of the biggest things
Good
I think
point.
this is going to be for Aaron is it's going to be an eye opener. It's going to eye opening like, oh, I ain't as powerful as I thought I was.
Well, that's.
I
I mean,
don't got it
every
like
player
I want
comes to
it.
that.
Is that
though.
his
Every
own?
player
You're right.
comes to that.
So he didn't realize that at Green Bay because
No, because he was the
Because
man
he always
for
got
so
what he
long.
always got what he wanted.
But when he left,
Even with the
Joe
Jets,
part of that.
We used to
No,
say
because
something.
New
that
York
we-
gave him everything he wanted.
Right.
Fired the coach for
We used
him.
to say something
True,
in
true.
Minnesota. They was like, if they can cut Joe Montana, they can cut you.
Everybody had their guy.
Right? Because
I
Joe
remember that.
was
Yep.
Tom
Yep.
Brady, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Tampa was Derrick
that's
Brooks.
what Aaron
Yep.
Rodgers
They
is
cut
putting on
him.
now. They can,
They could cut him. We all
I'm
did.
expendable.
We all-
Hey,
Buffalo
Even the
cut-
coach said that.
He did. Who was the coach?
Raheem.
Oh yeah.
One of the hardest things he said he ever had to do, but he said, hey, if I had to cut him, everybody
Y'all-
here
all
is
y'all
expendable.
expendable.
Bruce Smith got cut.
Hey, I was looking at him, not me. I'm guaranteed for the next 2.
Selfish, selfless, self.
Nah, man, I was still out there balling my butt off. But I'm just saying that I'm joking around my head like, not me.
Not me.
Not me.
No, hold on.
I just signed.
Oh, you want
I
to flex?
just
Here's a
signed.
flex. They cut Bruce, Andre Reed, and Thurman Thomas all the same day.
That's what happened with us, though. They cut Joey Galloway, Derrick Brooks, Booger,
McFarland.
Sheldon. They got
Your
all
3 don't
the-
add up to my 3. I got the big 3. I just said 3 Hall of Famers.
That's 3 Hall of Famers.
You talking about Booger? Nah, I'm messing with
yeah, I
you.
only had, one.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. And Bruce, my guy, to this day, when they cut him, all of me was like, damn, it's all on me, and that felt good. And then part of me said, yo, they just let Jordan go for you, boy.
Yep.
Like the best ever to do it.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh shit. I was
It's
like, I
on
gotta
you.
go out tonight. Like I was like elated. Like, you know, just to make it to the league, you pump. Then you on the team, you pump. Then you make some plays, you pump. And then they like let the legends go for you. I was like, I was like, damn.
I never.
I went to Noble.
Hey, you know,
Noble
all
in
that
Buffalo.
shit Marcellus, all that shit Marcellus
Call it
talk.
Snowball.
You know he walked in that building acting a little different. Chest was sticking out a little bit higher.
Yep.
He walked by.
It lasted like 2 days. Because then I had to have back surgery 2 days later.
Back to work.
I was like, damn, I couldn't walk. I was like,
And Bruce had changed his number.
Bruce? Get Bruce back on the phone.
Bruce had changed his number.
Man. We tried to.
I would
And by the time you have to beg, you're not at your superpowers anymore. So they already have done the assessment, whether it's a woman or whether it's a job or whether it's a guy with a woman. You've already ran your course. You know what I mean? So begging ain't gonna help.
Begging is making it easy to see. No, it ain't gonna work. How about this? I have a list of demands. I have a list of things you comply with. You can stay. Now, second marriages obviously have a worse divorce rate than first marriages. 51%, then I think it climbs up to the 60s.
Wow.
Third marriage is 70% failure.
Wow.
Like because dog, you're already who you are and you blamed her.
Yeah.
Then
Now
you
you're
get
gonna
another
blame
girl.
somebody
Are you
else.
talking to me? Oh,
Are you talking to me?
No, you're not.
somebody else.
You worse. So the blame game's there. But all right, let's take blame out. If they came to you and they said, look, Rich, we love you, but the sweatsuits, okay?
Gotta go.
I mean, the FIL-A, the
FIL-A.
87 on you.
The LL Cool J just we ain't gonna do that no more.
The JJ fan look like
The Roxanne Shante, we ain't gonna do no more.
the K-Day turned 50. Look. All right, so if they told you, all right,
Pete
you know,
Sampras, we ain't gonna do no more.
if they came to you, you know, the glasses, you know, I mean, whatever it could be. If they gave you a list, does it matter what's on the list, or are you just even mad that they now trying to carve you out and keep you in that position? Think about it.
Yeah, you gotta think. All right, I can say yes to the way I would be thinking is if I even acquiesce to all of that list, they're gonna come up with another list.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh,
and they're gonna keep pushing you down and pushing you down, pushing you down.
yeah, that's a great point. Anybody ever been in this position?
There's a flip side to that. Think about it from the corporate world, right? Aaron Rodgers is on a PIT. You know what that is, right? A performance improvement plan, right? Performance improvement plan, statistically speaking, anyone on that, you're gone. You're going to be fired, right? Maybe 1 in 10 make it. But the ones who do, turn it around. I mean, big time.
Yeah,
so this is for Aaron Rodgers to figure out, I'm on a performance improvement plan. If I turn it around, I'm not just going to be good. I'm going to go back to being great Aaron Rodgers. However he does it. Are the odds great? Probably not, but
I guess
like
that's the hard part with sports, though, right? Sports and corporate. Again, his body is dwindling down. Your mind can say whatever you
depreciating
want,
asset, baby.
but it's hard to say I'm getting better as your body's getting older.
you,
It's
Father
hard to
Time.
prove.
Yeah, and those habits, like those winning habits, if you lose sight of those, you lose connection to those. To get them back may make you think you got back, but you forgot. Those who didn't lose connection are already gone. They are way ahead of you. And when your body's going down and you thinking you holding ground mentally, you forget about the guys whose bodies are still good, mine's still good, and that's who your competition is. Like, it's really the jungle. Like, Tarzan ain't losing a step.
No.
And every sport, Tarzan is still swinging.
Yeah.
Now, you gonna let go of the rope.
Yeah, but they
ain't. And the day is going to change every day.
Every day.
And that's why I love being around youth athletics, because I'm here not because I played and all that. It's because I saw a journey that showed you what this life is about, which is let go of that rope if you want to. Don't try hard if you want to. Don't try to be the best version of you if you want to. Watch what this world gonna do to you. And all these kids want the same thing. They want Minecraft, video games, ice cream. Like, they just want the simple things, like us as adults. Just want a nice house, family, kick it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you can get that, but you're gonna have to hold on to that rope. And it's gonna burn your hands. And everybody gonna tell you, let go, it's better down here. And I'm like, dog, you gotta keep swinging it, man. And that's what, to me, it all adds up to. And I saw when Aaron first, it was like, I ain't doing all that. Then it was like, no, I do all that.
Yeah.
And it still didn't
It ain't gonna work out.
for him.
It ain't gonna
that's
work
wild.
out.
All right, let's get into this. I know this is going to be fun. Ja Morant his daddy T Morant. I already know you got a problem with your daddy named T. Like, you know.
T-E-E or just T?
T-E-E. That's it? Oh, okay. We got a problem. All right, so his daddy got ejected last week. It's a good spirited conversation online in a lot of places because some people are like, yo, that's Pops. We were just talking about you defend your kid. Proud Papa. But then people are like, nah, he a foolish father because he always in the middle of some beef, issue, dust. So, sitting courtside, the ushers have to come, kick him out. It's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That means they put up with a lot. And they finally said, we can't even make it 2 more minutes.
We can't even do 2 minutes.
You got to go. So, just the whole read of this situation, what do y'all think about T and Ja Morant?
Sit your ass
Down.
And shut the fuck up. Nah, man. I mean, he's just been doing it too much.
Too long.
Like, at a point, it's like, bruh, Pops, chill. Go sit in the suite.
Yeah,
Get your
go
ass
put him up
upstairs.
in a suite.
Watch up there. You already drunk down there as it is. So you know he's talking a little bit more. Because I already know when I used to have a suite, my pops, when I see my pops at the game, I'd be like, y'all, why y'all let him?
Lit.
But the dinner be good though when he cook that when he get back home. But Pops be lit though. No, serious though. But get him up there. Because it's been going on for too long. It's been going on for too long.
It had. We talked about this 2-3 years ago as well. Yeah, it's
Dog,
ridiculous.
I would be embarrassed. First of all, all right, this is the real for me. That's why Ja had his struggles to me. I'm like, because your daddy is you.
Absolutely.
You my daddy? Oh, man.
Absolutely.
I got problems. 2, daddy, it ain't about you. Right. I don't need your extra support. My 38 points is enough. I don't need your, your mouth popping off. And he ain't even representing Ja. Like Ja, they were gonna give Ja the keys to the NBA.
Absolutely, he was on his way.
They did give him to him.
He was on his way.
I would say
He let him fall out of his pocket and lost him.
He didn't have him. He didn't have him yet.
Oh yeah, he did.
LeBron,
he had
and
him
Luke, right? But
Ja had him.
he had the right to them.
He was on his way. He was gonna be Iverson without any of the issue that they had with Iverson.
Fact.
Like they didn't have to iron him out. They were like, oh, you represent all of that. And his game on the court, off the court, his brand. You ain't have the high school incident. Oh, you ain't doing. And then the guns, and then the daddy, and then it's like now. It's weird. If y'all remember when Aisha Curry used to pop off all the time, and Steph was losing his way. And then somehow, some way, somebody got to both of them.
You know what happened?
Iron this out, and Steph can get these keys.
Yes.
I swear, Ja need to iron this out, or he ain't gonna get them keys.
He's not.
And he's way better than that.
Those keys are gone.
The keys aren't gone because he's young.
You know where those keys are? They're in Minnesota.
Where?
They're gone.
They're trying to give them to Anthony
They
Edwards.
are trying.
They're in San Antonio.
But it's the same issue.
Oh, good point. Wimby.
That's a great point.
He's going to trump them. He's going to jump fast because he really is. He
is Euro.
Especially with the way that they had all that success with that game in Paris too that they did a couple months ago for Fashion Week. Like he's gonna leapfrog a couple guys.
But don't forget the NBA is still still wants an American superstar.
Right. That's why I said Wemby's
gonna
European.
be huge, absolutely right. They'll support him like Hakeem Olajuwon, whatever. But the NBA has to have that American superstar.
But yeah, and Anthony Edwards. The thing about him, he got the baby mama drama and stuff. That's gonna be.
But he keeps that low though.
You know?
He keeps it kind of quiet. Yeah, he said he didn't want it.
Which is a bigger problem.
Because
now if he forced that on you,
right?
How are you gonna act to it?
But they did the same thing with Charles Barkley when it was that whole thing with him being the role model and all that. He's like, I don't want to.
But Charles was never the biggest in the NBA when he played. He was one of the best, but there was still Magic and Jordan and Isaiah's that were still bigger than him. But if they decide, okay, when LeBron's gone, if it's going to be Anthony to take LeBron's spot, that's a whole different set of issues.
But what is this?
I think I just want to say real quick, T. Morant is the example of the father that's trying to live through their kid.
Oh yeah,
like he didn't make it, and clearly he was trying to. I know he played with Ray Allen in high school or whatever, and you can see like everything he does is like he wants that same spotlight at his kid. He's trying to,
of course, he's trying to shoot. He's trying to shoot jumpers with a bunch of quarters in his pocket.
They dress the same. Like I wish I would go to
like
my
your
daddy.
father, your brother.
Yeah,
it's like there's no separation.
It's like don't be a menace to South Central.
He
drinking
dressed
juice
better
in the hood. Your daddy younger than you.
What's wrong with your daddy? His daddy wear more designer than him. John throw on
Dog.
a Nike sweatsuit and call it a day.
He front row.
Daddy got Gucci.
And I don't hate anybody,
it's
but
very-
I strongly dislike his persona. Like that's as far as I'm gonna go. Like I don't need no parts of T. Morant. Like I can see why Shannon's about to put some hands on him. Like,
His daddy at every Miami game, every LA game. He gonna be at the right games.
And if
He
you
gonna
see
be
how
at
he
the right
move, he
game.
just move like he's the
Like-
guy.
like we
Like
looking
y'all
at
here to
you.
see me.
Well, yeah, because that's what he's saying. That's my seed. That,
Yeah,
like that's
I did
my
this.
boy.
I
I
created
did this,
that, yeah.
which is fine.
Which is
you
a
can say that
pride.
internally,
Yeah.
but you don't come out and try to show the world every single day because that's not the gift.
But don't we
that
see
God-
that every single day? Like we see them, those gremlins at AAU. We see those parents at youth football where it's like,
But we don't want to see them.
but it's a thing. So it's such a thing that we got to give it some respect, or at least look at it from their perspective. I don't want to just say T. Morant sucks because he ain't by himself. And it's a lot of people that, even good people, I know people that got good jobs, great jobs, and let their kid play some soccer. They losing their mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you okay? I scream a lot, but I scream for all the kids to play their best. But I get it. There's some parents who are like, nah, my boy is it. And what is that? And should we condemn that?
What did T actually say though? I want to go on T's side. What did he say?
What did he say, to
I
get
can't
kicked
figure
out?
what
I
he
heard
said to
nothing.
get kicked out.
But
I
he had to
don't
be saying
know,
a lot.
but
And
it
he
can't
gotta-
be one thing.
Exactly.
We know. We all know it's not
And he
one
had to be
thing.
saying a lot though, and what he's doing is he's hurting his son too by staying on the ref because the ref's like, okay, we're not gonna give him this call now. We're
We sure
calling
ain't.
it now. Now look,
sure
now what?
ain't. Yep.
Now what? You know,
Yep.
he-
Whatever he said, Eugene, even if that's a sensitive threshold, you got kicked out of an you know
NBA game.
We've all been in NBA games. Do you know how hard it is to get kicked out for talking shit?
I've seen girls flash and not get
People
kicked
talk
out.
shit.
What game was that?
Yes, every game I go to is somebody annoying. I'm like, God, shut it.
And they won't
that
even
guy
kick him out.
sits still all 4 quarters.
I've been that guy
But you
before.
got to a bigger point though, because when you talk about those parents, the AAU parents that are proud and they want to boast about their kid.
Yeah.
We seen it with LeVar, but the difference with LeVar is once he got them there, he fell back.
Yeah.
Like he did all the talking.
Yeah.
And
He wanted
people
that
hated-
splash.
Yeah,
When they
I
were
feel like
kids
he did
and
that
younger-
solely to build up them.
Brand.
And he
Right.
he took the pressure off of them because they were younger.
Right. And he-
Now it's different.
Which is why I always like LeVar, because I feel like he did it the way a parent should do it. He took all the pressure off. I'm going to talk. I'm going to put this out there. Once they there, it's on you now.
Yeah. Can I give you my LeVar? I think I've told y'all. So I went to high school with LeVar's brothers, twins. So they get into some issues, trouble after high school. They were beasts. I think we won state at Westchester with them. Wow. And so LeVar intentionally moves way out Chino Hills and raises the family, has the wife, the stallion, all that. Like, this is calculated because he's like, I'm a hoodster who's seen how it goes. So he like,
If I stay in this
so I'm gonna go to the burbs, give me my beautiful, beautiful wife. We're gonna have these big old basketball babies.
You know what you were about to say.
Which one? Stallion?
Yeah.
WHITE.
No, you can't.
What word is
you
that?
on camera, nigga. Yeah.
Coming from the ski.
Hey, they know how to spell. They know how to spell, nigga. They know how to spell. Niggas know how to
We can
spell.
spell. We can spell.
Tall white wife.
I really don't know what I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna call her a B word. Was I? Oh, give it to me then.
Wasn't that
Pause.
part of his calculation to have ambiguous race? You know.
Oh no, I thought it was his height.
I thought it was high too.
I thought it was his height.
Yeah, let's
But-
go with height. Let's go with height.
Let's go with height.
Good answer, Brian. Good answer. Good answer.
But yeah, her. And then like all that work, and I think because he came on our show really early when he was building that buzz, and I swear he recognized that attention is currency. Like now, like these kids recognize it. Us, my generation, I'm still stubborn. Like last night we hanging out, I'm like, I ain't about to be filming all this and that, but a kid. You hanging out with Anthony Mackie and D Nice and and you know, and we all there, right? Terry was there. So it's like these kids, I'm name dropping for a reason because that's what he recognized. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you think this is him. And you're like, who is him? And they're like, oh, they can actually play Odell. You actually got a resume on top of all this flash. And I'm not lying. All them ball boys make way more based off of brand than they probably would have if Daddy was just kept quiet,
Absolutely.
sat on his hands,
I agree.
and just been a good Samaritan. And I like to play that role, but I do yell a lot for the kids to be great. But I see his role win, and I also see the quiet.
St. Brown's dad's been quiet. He got 2 boys in the NFL. You know,
he was quiet till he got him there, and now he talking.
Well, no, he was way talkative because he was a, he was
a star.
Yeah, he was a star, but he's been quiet compared to a T or a Patrick Mahomes dad.
So is there a penalty to being T. Morant? Like if your boy can ball,
just annoying.
It's just annoying.
I think it's a penalty because it's going to come down to
much.
that money. If you're not going to be the face of the NBA, you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars over the next 10 years because you're not going to be a world brand. You'll be big in America, but if the NBA doesn't want to push you to be out in China and Australia and all those places, then you lose millions of dollars.
True.
It's a compound situation with Ja's situation, and then you add in that, it's like, why even deal with it?
You're not bringing his daddy along. So they said this with Matthew Stafford. I hope this is not conjecture, but I read it. That part of the reason they're trying to trade Matthew Stafford, his age, his contract, negotiate.
Wife.
They said his wife. Like they bring that up.
Popping off.
Like it's in print. They
Popping
like,
off.
Your wife talked too much. Wow. Simple as that. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if it's real or fake, but that's
I don't
the
know if it's real or
reports.
fake neither.
And so if you know that you can be that drag on your child, you can't straighten it up.
And again, it's this because now, wifey, parent, you guys can't just be in a group text and say something about what's going on in the locker room. You can't do that because that group text is going to be on IG. It's going to be on Twitter.
Facts.
And that's what's going on. Everybody's going to find out. So you can't just talk reckless when you think you can talk reckless, number one, in private, and you for sure can't do it in public.
You can't give your opinion no more either.
It also goes back to the selfish, selfless thing.
Yeah.
If everything he's doing is for him, he's not even noticing what he's doing to his son.
That is so ghetto. You know why? I'm being real. This is the most hood shit you know. When you get a little money and they think that's all the money in the world.
And it ain't.
And this ain't got nothing to do with, this is anybody who gets something and then they be like, oh, I'm good. Because this, and I don't mean it by race. I mean ghetto, like, what's my boy name? White.
Chocolate.
White, Arkansas quarterback. Matt Jones.
Matt Jones, yep.
I played. 4-3.
I played with Matt.
You played with
in Jacksonville, yeah.
Tall, 6'6",
Oh, no, it was the year after. Go ahead.
6'6",
yeah, 6'3",
230,
yep.
240,
Big.
ran a 4.3.
Yep.
Sick. We in the cold tub in Jacksonville. And I'm like, damn, he first rounder. He played quarterback in college.
And came in as a receiver.
So for all those people out there that race baby, like, oh, they only make the brothers move position. They made that white boy.
Yeah.
Go play receiver or else. Anyway, we in the hot tub, and he jogging in practice. He don't try hard. I know, and he my teammate. But I'm washed up, too. So it's kind of weird. Like, I'm trying to coach him up. He's like, man, you done. Like, I'm right.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah, so I'm talking to him, and I'm like, dog, why you don't try hard? Why? I was like, for real, why you don't play hard? I was like, for real, why you always hurt? And I was like, I don't think you really hurt. I'm talking real to him. I'm like, you all right? And we in a cold tub, hot tub. We going back and forth. Contrast bad. Remember that? Used to sting and shit. And he literally told me this. I ain't lying. He said, dog, where I'm from, man, I already made it. Like, way made it. Like, ain't no way I could go back made it. Like, I was like, so you good? I said, I know your deal. I think he,
$8 million.
Yeah, $8 million. I was like, he's like, dog,
that's not a lot of money.
That's good. And I was like, you don't want more?
Right.
And he was like, oh, I ain't tripping. And that was his career, basically.
Yep.
And so that kind of made me think of T. Morant, like, you got all this.
But you can have
but it's
more.
pale in comparison to what you can have if you
more.
got Ja Morant and you start drafting with him, like giving him that push.
And for 10 to 12 to 15 more years, you could be still trending up. But right now, they're going to find a reason for him to trend down if we don't like what your dad is doing. It's really
that's
simple.
wild.
And I don't know if you noticed, Ja bought T like big old house right next door to his.
Oh man.
Bought him all the cars he want. So with that same mindset, he probably feels like, I did it. I'm here.
did.
I got a house. I got everything I want. My kids are stars.
Yeah, but stop wilding out.
But ain't there some medicine in that candy? I actually love part of that story. Like, to buy think about it. You 16 trying to ball
That's
out.
always
and
your goal.
You
That's
buy your daddy a house next to you.
I'm the daddy now.
Well,
That's how
one,
it
the power dynamics have shifted.
It
Child's the
shifts
dad.
as soon as you buy that.
But isn't that aspirational? Like your kids, like take care of you. Because what's name did this? It's a light skinned, that super light skinned point guard. Used to play with Golden State. I forget his name. Bibby.
Mike Bibby. Yep. Mike Bibby.
He lives in Arizona. He bought the whole
Block.
Yeah.
It's like a street.
The whole what's the
Cul-de-sac.
community? The whole gated community. Like it's nothing but his family.
Like 14 houses
It's
or something like that.
Like 8, 10 houses, all his family, and they all live together. And we don't hear nothing about Mike Bibby to the point I struggle to even remember his name. But isn't there something good about like
what you want? You want to be that person stand out of the way doing something good. You don't want to be that person in the way for doing something bad.
But they killed LeVar Ball when he was going through these steps, and then it worked out.
Yeah.
Could it work out for T. Morant?
Well, the funny thing is, Mike Bibby's father was a pro basketball player.
Yeah.
Henry Bibby.
Yeah.
And he even coached USC. And they didn't. I don't even think they get along. So he must have brought in a whole lot of external family.
Right. Yeah. He got cousins in law.
Everybody can stay here, but you.
Right. That's him, right? Mike Bibby with the
light skin.
kind of short. Yeah,
Have you seen him lately? He's like,
jacked up.
He's jacked.
Oh, you gotta see his house. It's on YouTube somewhere. It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like he went there. Yeah, he got like 9,000 shoes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But LeVar just follows the steps of great sports black fathers like Tiger Woods' father, like Richard Williams, where sometimes you got to hype your kids up to get the attention on them, but their games are gonna speak for themselves.
Yeah.
He had 2.5 really talented kids.
Interesting.
You know what
is
I mean?
Is there a white counter to that?
Archie, man.
The
Did he hype
Mannings.
him up? He got no. He
Yes.
He navigated.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Did he hyped him up?
He hyped him up. They didn't have social media back then, but he hyped him up compared to getting him into Division I programs and have him get looked at by college coaches at an early age. Yeah, that's the definition of hyping him up. It just wasn't on social media.
You hyping your son? You said you got him his first scholarship.
Yeah,
offer.
my O-line coach that coached me in college was at UNLV. And I went to the Raider game. He came and had dinner with me, and I showed him my son's huddle. And he said, call your son right now. I didn't know what he was doing. Called my son. He started asking my son how much he loves football and how serious it is, and told my son he needs more from him. What he's seeing is not enough. And he ended up offering him, saying this off of potential.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take it back as fast as I gave it to you. But he said, I'm going to be checking with your dad, once a month. He still texts me once a month asking him. He's at Purdue now, though. He got an upgrade. Yeah, but then the one from Sac State that he just got, the coach came up to the school. My son called me and told me I had nothing to do with that one. So, that was my son told me that he sent them his huddle on Twitter a couple days before that. Came to the school. But yeah, but I am reaching out to all the guys. I sent all my friends that I know that's coaching in college, and I send them the tape, give it to the O-line coach, So I'm reaching out to everybody I know for my
No
son,
shame, huh?
too. No, I have no shame.
No, that's what you're supposed
I'm
to
even
do.
doing it for one of my guys I got now, my left guard that played last year. I'm trying to get him somewhere now because he did a tremendous job for me.
But you're coaching your son? Right?
Yeah, I am coaching.
So are you T. Morant coaching him, or would you be T. Morant if you were in the crowd? Because if I had to guess, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Not to the point. Well, I can't say I've gotten kicked out of the game.
I'm about to say,
You get kicked out of a game?
I've got kicked out already.
Yeah, you tripping.
I got suspended too.
Man, you don't come.
T-Pen over there.
He can't even go to the stadium.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, edit.
T-Pen.
hey, so you remember when Matt Barnes got all that trouble?
Yeah.
I was at
The
game before he got caught
out, yep.
and fired and all that. And man, we said, all right, so the first half, he walking in, and I saw him, and I know, man, we all know, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Matt's spirited. Like, it's too much. Like, I'm like, damn, dog, your boys are good. Let them play. So he over there, but that's the homie. Second half, he walks over and sits right next to me, and I'm like, damn. You ever have, I'm like, damn.
I wish you wouldn't have. You see all them seats over there?
No, 'cause the whole first half, it's like Derek Fisher coaching there, and then he right up top just, call timeout. Man, I'm like, no, this is crazy. So second half, he right next to me, so all that attention is there on him, and I'm just sitting there trying to do this. MJ with me too, and MJ like, this is high school. So I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Man, Matt got up one time and was yelling at the refs, and a parent finally had it. And parent said, "Why don't you sit down?"
Yeah.
Not to Matt.
To Matt Barnes?
Dog.
That's the wrong person.
Dog. Why you shut your pussy ass up?
I go there, beat your ass.
MJ, I'm like, MJ, no, we not gonna do this.
Earmuffs.
And just like casual, and nothing came. A kid was yelling at him, like on the debate team journalism. I don't know what the hell. He's like, what? And so I was like, and then literally, we cool about it. And I'm laughing, and we texting. I was like, Matt, you gotta bring it a notch, dog. And the next game is the one he got in trouble.
There you go.
Yep. I was like, damn, that shit, wow.
I know one parent who is associated with one of these prestigious schools. This dude got kicked out of league so many times that they made him take classes in order to go back. And one of the things that he had to do, and the other parents who were just as bad as him, they had to get on the field or on the court playing, and they had a room full of people screaming at them the way that they screamed on the
sensitivity training.
Yeah, it was like a ultra sensitivity.
Let me tell you a little thing. This past year, we lost to our rivals, the high school I coach. So thank God my son was with his mom that weekend. Thank God, because he's walking with her. I'm walking by myself to my car, and we're walking by the buses. Why them little punks start chanting Raiders? Raider at the bus. All I could do was give them a thumbs up and keep going because they beat us. No, I gave 2 fingers. But one of the dudes was like, "What's up, coach?" I was like, "Hey, good game." And the next thing I know, I kept walking here. Ray from bus to bus. It was a rain, and I said, "Oh, they're gonna rub it in."
Oh man,
no, yeah, we beat y'all. No, y'all coach.
That's good. No water bottle strong though, huh?
No, that's his weakness.
I learned my lesson.
You learned. I love that.
Yeah, I gave him 2 fingers. I couldn't turn around and say, "You little mother."
Matt got to take notes from Gilbert because Matt and Gilbert is close.
Yeah,
but Gilbert, he sits in the stands and don't say nothing.
Oh, he does?
Nah, he don't. He just sit back.
He just chill.
Yeah.
See, I went to the Sierra game last year, and Matt
he says that's how parents should be.
Right.
Gilbert's like, let him go.
That's after.
Yeah. Whatever happens. I talk to him after the game.
There you go.
But he don't say
I
nothing.
done eased up a little bit on the refs at my son's games, and even now, since at MARC games, I try to be cool with them a little bit, but sometimes them refs are just horrible. Though.
They are.
I mean, it's
but they're high school refs, and they're out there for free. They're supposed to be horrible.
They're not out there for free.
They're getting their.
They're not out there for free.
That's dang.
They're getting their stripes. No pun intended.
Some of them take their power to another level. Because when I got suspended, they blatantly lied on me. And thank God.
They all against you.
What they say? And what'd you do?
They said I looked at him and told him I was gonna beat his ass, and I did not do that.
What'd you say?
What did you say though?
What did you say?
No, he was trying to. The ref was trying to charge.
No. What did you say?
Hold on, right now in the police station, I'm looking at you.
I'm gonna tell you what I said.
Say
though. You gonna take their snacks?
I said, what are you doing? You really trying to come over and fight us?
Oh, that sounds like it. Yep,
That's
absolutely.
what I
Sounds
You
like
did not say it that professional.
I
That sounds like you said you gonna beat my ass. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
I said, bro, what are you trying to do? You trying to come over and fight the whole coaching staff?
That sounds like Richie's story.
No, the other ref. No, you gotta understand the other.
What are you doing?
The other ref is literally holding him back.
Man, you lying,
Are you
dog.
going to
No,
fight
no,
me?
you
The
lying,
ref is literally
dog.
holding him back.
That's like the cop sitting back saying,
The other ref is literally holding them back, and thank God the AD and principal, it was towards the sideline where they stand, and they heard everything because they stuck.
They heard you say, "Excuse me, sir."
I said, bro, I said, what you trying to do? Fight the whole coaching staff? Because the ref was holding him back like he's trying to charge us, and I'm like, bro, I'm standing.
All right, you get more convinced.
So he just trying to fight you for no reason?
You started
No,
convinced.
it was bad calls, and we were going at it, and then he started saying they kept messing with our jerseys, and then our knee pads, and then the ref started chanting out, "Y'all Calabasas, y'all got it. Buy new jerseys, y'all got it. Y'all Calabasas, y'all got it." So then
you got some LA Unified.
it became personal.
No, then look what happened. Our
Indians.
assistant principal walked onto the field and told him, "You cannot talk to us like that."
It was
and
personal.
Then they stopped the game, and then all the refs came over, and he got mad because head ref was like, hey, bro, you can't be. It's
personal.
And he started trying to come at us.
The rest was the homies.
Yeah. He started trying to come at us like, fuck. Like the ref was, you should have heard the ref was coming. Like,
I know. I've seen
crazy.
those type of refs.
Like,
there's
the
a-
dude was
yeah.
holding him back, and I'm like, bro, you gonna come try to fight the whole coaching staff?
There's some of
And
those
he,
too.
like, you threatened, but they thank God they had my back because they tried to suspend me for 3 games, and the principal and the AD had
if they
to fight
weren't
me.
there.
I only got one. No, seriously,
so
if they
the
weren't
ref
there,
banged
would've
on
been
you.
My words against theirs. Thank
Ref
God
banged
they
on
were
you
right there, and
already.
even the AD and principal said
Sell out.
because they
Calabasas
showed me the
ass.
letter. They said,
This
look
the
what
Chiefs.
he said.
This the Chiefs.
He said, I said, I'm going to
Rich
beat his ass.
kid.
They lied in the whole paperwork. And those refs can never do a Calabasas ref game again, ever.
I see you, big dog. I like
but
that.
it's
You
just-
standing on business.
Thank God they were
big
there,
to
though,
get
because
banged on like
especially the way I looked, they probably would have thought for sure my big butt would have been like,
Pause.
yeah, it would have been like, yeah, definitely.
Hold on. There's one thing in there I want to kind of isolate before we move on. I want to isolate because I'm not going to lie, I hate you. I hate you when I see you because I see you all the time. I hate the parent that argues at the refs. There's no one worse in that damn auditorium, gym, field than the person who's telling their kids, hey, that guy said something about you, call something against you. I want you to just be mad at him instead of just playing the game.
Nope. It's a bad call. I'm going to tell them it's a bad call. It's a good call. I'm going to say, hey, ref, good call.
By your judgment.
Hey, good call, ref. No, by my eyes.
You ain't
By
a
your
ref,
eyes.
though.
My vision. My
Your
sight.
eyes synonym judgment.
My sight.
He called something your son or daughter needs to know. In life, there will be adversity out of your control that you can overcome. And if daddy shows leadership by not saying, hey, that was horrible, right? Yeah. And then, damn, your son.
Oh,
or
no, you know how many
daughter
times I
doesn't
say, hey, son, you can't foul like that. You can't do that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why?
Hey,
would
ref,
it
good
so
call.
Why are you doing
because
it?
But why are you doing? You're
It's
not on
what
the
I
court
seen.
team.
I seen a bad call.
You gotta let it
You're
go.
not on
seen
the
a
court
bad
team.
call.
Not in the place.
I seen a bad
You're not
call.
on the court team.
And that's why you ain't got no voice.
But he's an assistant.
From this week.
Because you were doing
Huh?
the
You doing the
same.
same thing this
Eugene,
weekend.
no, I never said.
So, I'm
UGK.
talking about the refs, right?
Yeah.
We were just there. Every
Oh,
parent.
you
Marcellus
there,
is
so
right.
let me know, please.
Every parent complains about the refs, okay?
Not
To
him?
the point where, no, he doesn't. To the point where after the games, I go up there, I try to talk to them. I try to say thank you for showing our kids what they're doing wrong. Thank you for not throwing out our kid for showing you up and telling them what the right thing to do is. You know what the refs do? They look at me like like they're about to fight me, only to realize you're thanking me.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
ever thanks us. No one ever appreciates what we're
'cause
doing.
they're
Human beings.
human.
They're
Yeah.
human beings.
I do say
gonna
thank you
mess up.
sometimes.
And they're
I don't.
making-
And there's people yelling at
They're
them
making
for 5-6
mistakes.
hours
No,
straight.
see, I
Great.
give them chances. I just don't start.
give 'em-
I'm an
You're
athlete.
yelling at them.
No, I give them a few
bad
chances.
call.
I give them a few chances, and I won't even yell. Sometimes I'm like, bro, like make sure you go on both ways. I'll be cool with him.
You don't think he knows that?
I done been a couple times where I done been cool and the rest of them chatted back and forth with me. You know, it's done been cool, but I done had times where it's done been out of line where these motherfuckers fouling so hard, like somebody gonna get hurt. Like, you know
I'll
what
give
I'm
you
saying?
that. But then
Like,
what do you teach your kids? Complain about the call, or
No, I
you
don't teach
can't
my kids
control
that.
what the refs are going
I
to do
teach
if they're
my
going to let you
son-
get away with
I
it. You
teach
do
my
it too.
son.
Get
This is
him,
what I
you.
tell my son all the time.
Get him,
This is what I
EGK.
tell my son all the time, UGK. This is what I tell my son all the time. I say, you play and you let me handle the refs.
Yeah.
That's why
There you go. Bingo.
I
Bingo.
tell him, don't say nothing to the refs,
But
don't
at
do
least-
nothing. Let me handle it.
And that,
They don't
After
do
the
what
game.
you say. They
don't
do what you show 'em.
Yeah.
What you show 'em.
Marcellus, but at least he's not doing it from the stands. He's an assistant coach.
No, when I was in the stands.
No,
This is in the stand.
We played travel basketball. We played travel basketball.
All right.
I was gonna let that slide, just let it go.
Edit
but I
that-
ain't wanna
edit
do
that,
it on field.
please. Edit that
We
out.
did.
I think it's both
Yeah,
sides.
travel basketball. My younger son. Yeah, I done got better though. I done got better.
You don't got
But I
better.
used to do that as a player too. I had a great rapport with the refs. Like when I went to the Tampa Raider game this past year on the sideline, man, 3 of the refs came up to me. Donald, first name basis, like. That might not be a good thing too. Though. Hey, Donald, though, you know, like, say, hey, good to see you after retirement. How's everything doing? Ask about the family and stuff like that. I happened a couple times preseason game when I was in Jacksonville. You know, just from I tell them when they wrong, I tell them when they right. Hey, you got me on that one. You weren't supposed to see that hole. Like, I tell them that shit. Like shit, I held his ass.
Real quick, let me see how you hold. Like, is it this? Like, y'all go right here when y'all hold. Y'all, it's the
You
pinch.
know, I got most of my holes
it-
on the rip move. Cause they catch my arm up under there.
You grab it back.
The rip move.
What I do?
This is crazy.
This Look, you can't get 2 linemen together. We like, yo, how you do that shit?
And look, but they only talking about
Show me how you
hold.
hold it. You grab it like this.
Have a hold.
Or you grab it from the back. You grab it from the back. It just got worse. Like
Oh man, I can't with y'all. All right, our last topic. Some people say I need to pause. We gotta talk about. I have an upcoming visit to the White House to see President Donald Trump.
I'll be gone on this one.
Boy, I knew it, but I didn't know it. And then, boy, I'm so pumped, proud. I got invited to the White House.
Did Donald call you personally?
Nah, he ain't hit me yet. No. Like he is. I've had the chance to meet him twice before. Miss Universe pageant, I judged it in 2003. He obviously runs that. And I went golfing one time. Our boy Rory was a member at his club, and we had breakfast and hit a few balls out there. Point being, I remember the day when everyone loved him. Now I know that's not today, but the point is I still got this honor that has divided people. And I'm like, okay, I got my response to that. But if you guys were invited to the White House, like this week, I'm leaving in a couple days, and it's to see President Trump, would you take that invitation? How would you respond? Would you promote it? Would you be proud? What does that do for you and your
Invitation
world?
for what? Just to come?
Yeah, what's the invitation for? We
It's a ceremony. It's Black History Month ceremony. It's not.
Oh,
much
you're
to-
token.
A Black History.
Well,
so they had to have one of y'all in there.
DEI.
They had to have one of y'all.
Yeah, you know I hate Black History.
You know why though? You know why you got
I
invited,
hate
right?
Black History Month.
Hey, you know why you got invited, right?
Me?
Yeah, you know why you got invited, right? Because your boy denied. Who?
Right, Mark.
They had to get one of y'all.
He
in
will
there.
burn that house down. No way. Nah.
Nah, but one thing, when we were going through the whole thing with the NFL and them not wanting to go to the White House, one thing a coach, I won't say his name, but one thing a coach said, you know, no matter who's in the White House,
It's the White House.
whoever the president, going there to be able to see that and see all the history and everything behind that, that's an honor in itself. And for me to be able to do that, I don't care who's in the White House, I would not turn that down. And I haven't had the opportunity, and congratulations, I'm glad you're going to do that. Please send me, I can't wait to see some pictures, but to be able to see that history and just go through all, you're going to be taken care of. You know it's going to be upscale. It's going to be very, very nice. To be able to go experience that. I know, even though Donald Trump's in the thing, I still wouldn't turn it down myself.
What would you do, Hatch?
I've been to the White House.
You have?
Oh, excuse me.
Very old and not very, up to date, and when it comes to like the decor and all
I
that
play
stuff.
every single
I know. He
thing,
hates
man.
vacations. He hates
I played the Super Bowl too.
It wasn't.
Super Bowl.
It was maybe my
Right
expectations
back
were.
home after the Super Bowl. I didn't go to.
But it wasn't to go see anybody. Like we never saw the
Hatch is
president.
right.
I've never, been to see the president.
Yeah,
I've never
so-
been invited by the president. So the invitation is one thing, but to visit the White House is something totally different. But the White House itself is not the sexiest spot.
What about the invitation?
the whole experience.
Yeah.
It depends. Why? Like, why am I? I don't know.
Do you have an issue with Donald Trump?
I do
token
not.
black guys
I
in
do
there.
not. And again, that's why I want to know why. What's the reason? I met Trump before. I was at
Kanye
one of
might be
his
there.
Super Bowl parties in Florida. Like I said, it was nice to me. Didn't have nothing negative to say about him.
Right.
But like, do I think he's a bad person because everybody else thinks he's a bad person? No, I could care less about that. I just don't know why I'd be going. Is my whole point.
Yeah, you ain't got invited. That's why you ain't
Yeah,
going.
there you go. That part.
What about you, Richie? Oh, God.
Sounds like
Here go
you
Brother
did
Malcolm.
you wouldn't be
Brother
going.
Malcolm.
Hell no, I wouldn't go.
You really?
Hell no.
I thought you had matured. Dummy.
Absolutely
What
not.
you
Absolutely
Really?
not.
You wouldn't? Let me hear it.
Absolutely not.
I respect-
I first of all, I think he is dismantling our entire constitutional process. I think that we're gonna look up, and the country is about to be in real trouble. And I say that as sincerely as I possibly can. He's got somebody who was never elected, never chosen by the people.
Let me ask you this.
Wait a
Let me-
minute. Getting your tax
Go back to
information.
Politics.
Hold on. Go back to your invitation on if he personally called your cell phone invitation. Because I think that's different. Like if he personally called, would you still not go?
I absolutely would not go.
You guys' number?
1-800-US Guns.
Okay.
I would not. I wouldn't.
I'm saying
You would not
I
go?
wouldn't without change the whole demeanor.
Is it because you're that aligned with your politics? You're that aligned with your identity and ideas? Like, you could hate the hell out of him, but his role is still the president.
of
Like,
the
you can hate
United
your landlord, but you
still live here.
You're living there. You say hi to the RA. You say hi to him. You're paying him. Like, I don't
Every
understand.
month, yeah.
And I hate you so much, I'm not even going to see you.
I can understand you asking that.
Yeah.
But when we had Barack Obama in the White House, they didn't give him the same honor and treatment and
Who's they? What do you mean?
What do you
I mean they talked
went to go
stuff
He had
on
Black
him.
History Month. They didn't stop it.
What I'm saying is that they didn't give him. You're saying go
That's too
because
black.
it's the president and it's an.
But he
honor.
had plenty of those dinners.
He had a
Barack
lot
has
of
every
those.
president has
That's
those
not
dinners.
what I'm saying, Hatch.
Oh, what are you
That's
saying?
not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
You had people in Congress calling him a liar. During State of the Union
Did he lie?
speeches. No.
Okay, well then
They called
mean,
Trump a liar too, though.
They called your daughter a liar.
And you see what happened. You see what happened. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to. Me personally, I don't want to be aligned with anybody in any way that is gonna.
All of it.
This is not gonna turn out good. And
Can you wait till it not turn out good before you make that
No,
distinction?
because
The GOAT conversation.
well, you can't because that's how Hitler started.
So why wouldn't you
can't-
go
can't
in there
keep
and-
staying?
I
You
was gonna
can't
say, why couldn't you use that opportunity?
Yeah,
to talk
your
to
2
the person,
seconds to
share
say,
your
"Excuse me, Mr.
perspective,
Trump."
share your ideas.
because
You
you're
ain't got
not.
the
You're not.
elevator
It's not going to be that kind of a. It's not going to
You
be
just
that
don't
kind
want
of
the
a deal.
look. You don't
I
even want the elevator
look.
pitch to him.
No.
You know what's interesting about me?
Absolutely not.
No matter one, the craziest thing is when people see that I'm going and excited, they're either mad at me and they're like, "Why would you go?" And I wouldn't go. And I'm like, they was like, I look at them, I say, "Okay, so you want me to not go based on what you think, and I don't look at you any different for that." But guess what? I am going to go, so please don't look at me any different
Facts.
because I would never look at you
Any
for
different.
not going.
I didn't once say that you shouldn't go.
Yeah,
I said I wouldn't go.
But 2, that was point 1. So that you're not that population. You're this population. 2, what has happened to us that in disagreement, that in I've never I didn't vote for him the first time. I voted for him this time. I voted for Hillary last time. This time I voted for him over Harris. And I'm like, if Harris would have won and she would have invited me, you think I ain't going? Like, it's the same post. It's like, honored the president. But how come it's not that on the flip? Why did the losing party or people in the party that didn't win have that type of reaction of Donald Trump?
Because Harris isn't the type of president that would have erased Black History Month from all government websites. Harris isn't the type of president that would try to, that would just go in mass firing every probationary federal employee who can't fight back. Harris isn't the type, wouldn't have been the type of president, I'm assuming, that was not going to say there is no inclusion with anybody else and keeping that for themselves. She wouldn't have been cutting out funds that affect Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, public education, and dismantling the Department of Education. I don't believe.
You're not a fan of Doge?
Exactly.
I like Doge.
Exactly. I'm not. And
I fuck with Doge. But I hear you.
it's not going to turn out well. And I don't want.
I don't know
it would
that,
be
but I
like
hear
going to an early Hitler event, in my opinion.
Damn.
And
I heard you the first time you said that. I was hoping we got past
And
it.
time is gonna show. Time will show. I'm telling you, it is not, guys.
But what if
this
it
is
does?
not gonna turn out good.
Okay, but
It's just.
But what if it does?
I will.
Like, we already went through 4 years with him, so this whole like doomsday, it's kind of like,
that was a test run, bro.
okay, well then this
That was
may
a
be-
test
this may
run.
be the
So what-
real
now
one.
they-
What do you
now
think
they
is gonna know- happen in the next 3.5 years. Then?
Yeah,
A
what's your
whole lot.
doomsday?
I know a lot's gonna happen, but what's gonna like? Are we going?
The next 3 years, in the next
You wanna
3
talk about
months.
eggs again?
I'm saying, what's your doomsday? Is the aliens coming down to kill us all?
We went through 1999 already. We went through Y2K.
Well, I mean, there's a whole lot of scenarios.
What's the worst?
Give me one.
Are we all dying?
Dismantling of public schools.
I don't know.
They need to go. They suck. They get paid off of attendance, not actual achievement. You know that's
but
a
you
bad
still
model.
you still need public
Who's here?
schools.
Good, we getting our money. Let's go.
You still need public schools.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Who's going to
You can
educate?
fund the
Who's
charters.
gonna coach the Huntington
You
Beach
can fund-
Oilers?
No, I'm not saying make everyone pay. I'm saying we can get some government subsidies that can pay for charter level schools, but they don't have to be public. It's semantics. Yes,
it
still, I
is.
still want free schools, but I don't like public schools. I don't like, but public is different because these schools, they getting paid to not teach at an astronomical level. Do you know our literacy rates? This is America.
Exactly.
We got some dummies, and we are paying to make more dummies. We need to just abandon that system. Let's just be real.
But no matter what you call the system, it's still the system. And Betsy DeVos wanted charter schools because her family is in the charter school business.
Oh, no,
That's how that
the
started.
intentions. Look, I want kids to get education. Now, they don't have to all pay. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need a better school system. Yes? You agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's it.
Right.
All right, so public, you can get the government to subsidize that. We know how that goes.
This is going to be bad, y'all. I'm telling you.
Your life ain't gonna change in the next.
I'm about to say, you already went through it. All right, what do you think, Justin, or anybody else?
I'll get in.
Yeah, you got the mic. Where the mic right there.
My stance is a little different. I wouldn't go, but it has nothing to do with Trump. I wouldn't go just because I don't care enough, and that's just my personal opinion. I've been in the White House. It's cool. I appreciate the history and everything, but it's just not something that I'm into. So I just wouldn't go based on that.
What are you gonna do that day?
Or Harris or not. I mean,
what's you
I hang out with my kids. I'd rather do that than go all the way over there. I mean,
Pick up basketball.
yeah, I play ball.
Nah,
I'd rather just do
that's
something.
thinly veiled. That's some
I'm just-
thinly veiled
I'm just being
resentment.
no. It's not
They're
no
gonna be in there
resentment.
drinking
I'm
up all
just
the
not.
Dr.
It's
Pepper.
just not something. Here's a prime example.
I
of
can
that.
hit you right now and say, dog, let's go down to Cabo. You're like, let's go.
Because that's something I'm into.
You rather go to Cabo for the 98th time than to go see the president?
Yeah, because I'll have more fun there. So that's my point. Like, we all been to club. How many amazing parties or what you think is going to be an amazing party have you been invited to that you didn't go to?
Right.
You know why you didn't go? He's like, I've been there, done that. It wasn't something that
But you
interested.
ain't been there and done this. You ain't been invited
right,
to see the
the
president.
second part is I've been to White House, but it's not something that interests
For
me
an event
enough
or just for a
to
tour?
go back. I went and did like the tours and stuff back in the
Yeah,
day.
come on, man.
But I'm just saying,
unlimited Dr. Pepper.
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna have
the buffet gonna be.
It just ain't
I'm gonna have
something that
Secret
interests
Service.
And
me.
it's Black History, so he gonna have some black.
It ain't gonna be no Black history there. I'm just saying,
It's gonna be all the guys like.
it's him. That's the Black history.
Yeah. I'm black president.
And he don't even want a Black history.
Oh, no, hell no. Black
I'm just saying,
history.
I don't have
AV
nothing.
gonna be
I have
there?
nothing against it. Anybody that go, I think it's dope that you go, but it's got to just be something that you interested in doing. For me, I'm just not.
I haven't heard.
I'm just
that
not
vantage
interested
point.
in it. So
That to me, look, my spidey sense tells me if the interest is the person or the interest is the
and
title.
I'm into politics. Like, we talk about it all the time. We talked about it here.
So you're
Like,
not
I'm
interested
into
in
it.
him.
No, I'm just not interested in that
If
event.
Obama invited you, would you go?
No, because I just don't care enough.
Damn,
like,
really?
I can look at it from afar. There's certain things that I am into or that I watch, but I don't want to. I just don't feel like going there
I like
to sit
that.
through it.
I like that. All right, what you got, Terry? I ain't hear that one before.
Yeah, that was good. If I got the invite, it depends what's on the agenda. Like if it's a photo op or up there playing grab ass with them, I'm not doing that. But if it's there, we can talk about some policies or some concerns that I have.
Man, get out my office, motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that's it. That's it. Like that's the only person. And I.
Yeah, what do you think this is?
All right, but I wouldn't.
Y'all rather go see an NFL owner.
I wouldn't go.
Y'all be talking about how to run a team.
But
You can't
I'm
just be
saying,
doing the
if I can
president's
express
thing.
my concerns as a black male in this country, that'd be the reason why I want to go. But I wouldn't go for Biden either. You know what I'm saying? Just to go get a photo op or grab ass.
Really?
Like, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Like.
UGK.
No, I'll keep mine simple. Mine's always like, if I'm on my deathbed, would I regret that decision? Right? I would regret it if I never had a chance to meet the president. I would be on my deathbed saying, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Passing up the president to meet him. It's just it's the president, not the name.
Nah, give it to him,
The
Hatch.
president of the
We got to
U.S.
do our
The president
show.
of the
Give it
US.
to him, Hatch.
Well, Richie, put
Don't
it this
break
way.
the new
Put it this
mics.
If you hate someone so much, right, think about past wars, right? If you hate the other person so much that you can't meet to make peace or sign documents, what would happen to
Gene,
you?
First of all, why would you be on your deathbed thinking about a president?
He said, no, you go look back and reflect on the highlights. Don't do that.
No,
it ain't your highlight. Don't mean it ain't a highlight. Yeah, don't do that. That's one thing I noticed. People who are against me going are mad, which is weird because if you were going, I would never be mad. And that's where I'm like, that tells me about that box. So last night we were out. And I get cornered everywhere, every which. Oh, Terry was there.
It was a rough day at the office. That's for sure.
To be Marcellus and the M in MAGA, Marcellus. Oh man, they were at me, and I was like, dog, I just voted for Trump. And they was like, why? And I was like, because I thought he was better than an opponent. And they was like, well, yeah. Now they couldn't really get me on that one because they were like, maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But they were like, but still, why are you proud to go see him? I was like, he's the president. And I've met him twice, and he's been great to me both times. And then it gets into this whole you're a token, which I don't even believe in that stuff. Black History Month, I don't believe in that. You know, it's a good joke. But why are people disgusted?
Do you just want to go see the White House? Is that what
No, I want to go see Donald Trump. The president.
Do you think you're going to get FaceTime with him?
I hope. If not, well, I found out. But I got a truth.
President before, as they were president, like a current acting president.
Ooh, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I know I've met Obama, but I don't think he was the president then.
I've met Clinton. I've met
Clinton,
second Bush, and I've met Obama.
I want to meet
I stood in the rain with Obama.
We're gonna set you up a meeting with Trump. We're gonna set it up.
It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna set it up.
I'm not going.
Is that the black man in you?
If Trump walked down those steps,
Is that?
I think you still say what's up.
And if
Trump went
why
one,
wouldn't you? 2,
is that the black
3,
man in you? Is that the
4,
thing you're supposed
5.
to do?
If I thought we could sit and have a meaningful conversation, that would be one thing.
Trump come out like this. Trump come out like this. 1,
I don't.
2. That's exactly what he do. I got something for you. That was me, motherfucker.
You remind me of the kid in the stretch line or the post game that doesn't shake hands anymore.
No,
because you're the poor loser. You're the guy who's like, since I don't like this reality, I'm not going to be a part of it. The president. I remember growing up, and the president never got any negativity, or maybe I was just too young and oblivious. I don't remember any negativity towards the president until like the 80s, Ronald Reagan, it was something. But point being, he's the president. You live in our country that he leads. So disgusted or not, you ain't gonna let that man, like, you're not gonna accept the honor of the leader of the country. You pay taxes. You reside here. You trust in him.
I don't
whether
think he
you want
gives
to
a
or not.
shit about me.
Huh?
I don't think he gives a shit
So
about
won't
me.
you care about him? You want me to read the scripture again? Your enemies, you feed them.
I'm sorry, I'm an atheist.
Okay, well, it still applies to life. Like, you don't swing back at everybody.
I get that, but see, I also grew up in a different political era where people were way more civil. I mean, I've sat in a bar with the Republican leader, me and my cohort, who's also from the South Side of Chicago, having drinks with somebody who was on the news every day battling against the Democrats. It's not that. I think he's bad for us. I truly think it's a dangerous time, and the man is bad for us. I've had no problem meeting George Bush. As many mistakes as he made, you know what? He's pretty cool cat. There's a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
John McCain. I've met John McCain. You know what I mean? I've been in.
So this
the
is
depths.
a specific Donald Trump.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Gotta respect that.
Yes.
But why do you think, okay, people who have the same stance represent it differently than you? Can you speculate why? Because I put a post up, and let's just say there's 600 comments. There's 200-300 that are just like, you dummy, you stupid. We need to talk. What happened to you? You're a sellout. And I'm like, funny. Why do you think that if the flip were true? No, I'm not thinking that about you. So could you tell me why are they saying that?
Well, they don't know you.
Well, I know it ain't personal. It's not that. It's just a representation of Democrats, liberals, black, it's social media. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not sore loser. Just I think that's trying to simplify it way too much. I think people. First of all, people aren't as versed. People aren't as versed as they should be. But people sense a danger and maybe an exclusion.
Rat symbol. I get that little rat all the time.
You know,
and I get the little dude that be dancing.
Just because you may not walk down a dark alley because you don't know what's there, and you are afraid of a dark alley, and you know it can be dangerous, right? So
the broad daylight can be dangerous.
Exactly.
More people die in broad daylight in dark alleys.
But what I'm saying is that people know that there's something out there, and people feel like they have been excluded or marginalized and talked about, or the person that they was representing them in the best way they thought so may have been disrespected and treated, very disrespectfully. So they want to get back and do it the same way to the other person. I just think it's a very dangerous time. I think the policies are bad. I think Elon Musk should not be in our government in any way, shape, or form.
That man out there making work.
No, he's
he making it work.
And I think you're gonna hell no, I don't have a Tesla. And in fact,
you don't have a Tesla because you don't like Elon Musk?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I got.
Absolutely.
Really?
And in fact, we used to be on Twitter. And in 2017, I said, "Don't trust Elon Musk on there." And people like,
"You've been wrong."
Right, and as soon as he bought Twitter, the second it was announced, I was off. Hell no, I don't have a Tesla.
I see you thorough though. I love that you gonna put them actions with them words. I do love that.
I just want to say this real quick because I said, you said, why does it happen? Why does that happen? I said, sore loser. And you said, no, it's not that simple. But then the first thing you said was, well, people aren't that versed in what they're talking about. That literally proved my point. A lot of people, when you ask them why they didn't vote for Trump, they really don't have a good reason. They just start saying things that really don't even apply to them. That half the time people voted for somebody. Half the time people voted for whoever just because that's what they know.
That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do. So they're not versed on what they're talking about.
Because you literally gave the explanation of, well, they treated someone else like that and they represent us and marginalized. I'm like, be undeniable. I'm like Kobe Bryant. Like, you ain't gonna. There's nothing you gonna do to stop me. That's my will. I understand it doesn't speak for my people, but I tell my people, you ain't stopping me, dog. Like, it ain't no way. Like, now I get it, but you ain't stopping me. These tires could be spinning,
regardless of who the president is.
Yeah, I get it. You don't feel that, Richie? Like, I do feel the sore loser element because there's a lot more vitriol towards where we are now currently with him being a president versus my imagined if it was Harris. And
you know what? You know why I don't feel a sore loser?
Why?
Because
you had real reasons.
The numbers were so overwhelming in his favor that the American people spoke. And that's what they wanted. So it's not a sore loser. I just think that it's a dangerous situation. I think that he is fostering a dangerous situation, and I think that he wants a dangerous situation, and I think the people behind him absolutely. Steve Bannon is clear about dismantling the government and dismantling constitutional processes so that the power can be in a very small piece of hands, and they can dictate what goes on in the country. That's not a secret. That's manifestos that these people are.
Do you think when the amendments occurred back then that they were probably saying the same thing without Twitter? Like, oh my God, they're amending the Constitution. Like we're trying to redesign it.
Well, the way you get an amendment through, it can't be a minority
decision.
Process,
I mean, it's a hard process, and that's why you don't have very many amendments anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't luck into that. You don't seize an amendment. You can't seize that power. They're seizing power, y'all. We're gonna find out. And right now, my theory
I ain't losing 1 ounce of sleep.
Okay.
I don't live like that. I don't know what the government doing, man. Go to bed. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Right.
What they gonna do? There's nothing y'all gonna do to me. You can take all my money and you can take my house and like what I mean, unless you kill me, what we doing here? I don't understand these effects.
But here's the thing. Here's the contradiction again. Because you just said, nah, it's not a sore loser thing because the American people spoke based on the numbers. The numbers show that majority of people wanted him. But remember, the people that wanted him aren't the one that's complaining. It's the people who didn't, which are the people that lost.
Ooh.
So that goes back to what I'm saying.
Pure definition
about the
of sore loser.
It's the people who didn't want him to win that are complaining about everything he's doing.
No, there's some people that voted for him who are complaining too, but I'll digress.
Yeah, but who's the majority of that complaining?
Ask the Muslims in Minnesota how they feel right now.
Farmers.
Ask the farmers how they feel right now.
Yeah, farmers in trouble right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of people in trouble.
Not a good time to farm.
There's a bunch of people in trouble.
Technology, hold on. No matter who the president is, if technology is going to lead us into the next generation, farmers, look out.
I will say this, so I'm not mad at you. Like I know that's something you want to do, and you know what? Even Eazy-E went to the White House.
Thank you.
So
Compton
in
gotta
the
go.
house.
Compton gotta go.
Compton in the house. Man.
But I'm gonna leave these people names out of it, and it happened. But they confronted me. 2 of my boys, they was like, "Dog, I saw you, and I got triggered." I'm like, "Really? Why?" They was like, "I saw you," and I was like, "It's love," but then I was like, "I saw your post." Let me stop. I laugh at people when they do this. First of all, I respect them, but I'm like, there's nothing you could post that will ever make me get mad at you, dog. Because I would literally call you because you're my dog. Or I wouldn't be mad because I don't know your ass. Like, it doesn't matter. So I'm already giggling, but I'm like, all right, I'm listening. And they was like, yeah, you were really excited to go to the White House. I was like, all right. And you're not? You're not excited for me? Or you're not excited because of who I'm going to see? And I was like, man, that guy. And I was like, see, you already hopped over us to get to him, so you don't even care about me. Like, if you went to, you went to go on the pivot with Ryan Clark. You think I'm gonna be like, yo, I saw you on the pivot. You shouldn't be on the pivot. Yo, why you fucking with my ops? like, what? Like, I don't understand this world that we are like, we mad at the other side. It's okay to not funk with them. It's okay to be apathetic to them, but we are actually blood pressure mad at someone who moves differently than you. I don't know that world, but to me, that's soft. That means you raised by your auntie. Like for real. Like, you can't be a grown-ass person talking about you did something I wouldn't do and I hate you for it. Because guess what? I flipped that on you immediately, and then I'm supposed to hate you? And we get nowhere that way. Right.
I turned down my request for the pivot, but now I could call back because it's cool.
You can go on there. I actually like Ryan too, but Freddie T, my dog, Shannon, I wish they would invite me on there.
You know what?
I wouldn't go.
The thing that... See?
No, that's because I'm silly. It's an honor. No, it's an honor. I would go.
No, you would.
I'm just silly
no,
like
you
that.
would, because you could have already been on there.
It would be their
you could have already been on there.
I would not participate.
See?
I would do everything I could to have fun instead of be like, so we need to talk black man. No, we don't. No. You're not going to do that to me. You're not going to box me in no black man call. No, shut your shit. Okay, anyway, what's your last point, Richie?
I mean, the thing one thing I like about you is that you are open. And you want to find out different sides.
Yeah.
And
that's this.
I hope you're not disappointed with your White House experience.
I know it's going to be crusty and dusty, dusted and disgusted.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
don't mean just the building, because the building sucks.
Yeah,
there's nothing nice about that. I mean your experience with the event and the people and how you feel about it. Because if you're going there for a Black History Month event, and you're not a big fan of Black History Month anyway.
No, I'm not a fan of, but I'm also not a fan of opera, but I've been. You know, like when I don't understand this connection. I'm trying to learn. There's so many things I do. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of kids' birthday parties every weekend. Like, I hate that shit. And then it turned into an adult drink fest. We drinking, kids playing. I'm like, we could just stay home and just eliminate the middle step. Like we all switching parties. Fuck. Like I ain't got no time for me. Like, see, people stop going. But I do a lot of things that I don't raise my hand necessarily in desire. I think that's part of being an adult. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just walk around here and say only what I like. Like, it's like things that you got to be in cooperation, coexistence. But why, when that's not, why is that not the spirit of all? I'm trying to really learn.
That's life. That's life.
Just some people just charged up, huh?
They're not going to think like you.
Get your mic.
Your mic. I said, that's life. It's like they're not going to think like you. They're not going to agree with you. Like, that's part of it. And
I like that, though. I like that.
It's that simple.
But how could I have a bad experience? We'll end on this. How could I have a bad experience? He going to get up to the mic and say, all right, you motherfuckers. Got all you black people in here.
All the niggas go that way. Everybody else go that way.
What he gonna do? Put on NWA and say, I know the lyrics. Like, what he gonna do?
They might have another, they might start.
I'm
they might
really
start,
like, because people, like a couple of my boys was like, yo, you better watch yourself. I don't know about that. And I'm like, I'm really
There's
asking.
nothing bad is gonna happen.
So,
Nothing. I just don't. I personally don't want to be associated. So that's all. I wouldn't.
I get it.
I don't.
Look,
I
I
don't.
get it.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's
if
all.
only was it only me, only fan girl? Like, yeah, if she hit me up talking about like come to my, I don't want to be associated with that, right? Text me later. You know. All right, we going on that joke. That's episode 11 on the rocks. Y'all catch that joke
That
later.
may have been 11 and 12.
I know, right? All right, y'all.